Alright, hey there, and welcome to another episode of Unshaven Modcast. I'm Fugget.
Action.
Roy
tonight.
Yeah, it was a Roy LB. I don't really know what to go by.
Tonight we have JJ Phillips.
Hi.
How's it going, JJ?
Great, how are you?
Good.
Why do they make... Can I say one thing? I know we're in the middle of the introduction. And JJ, it's very nice to have you on here. Why make a tablet case that you could stand up where...
It doesn't stand up.
Yeah. Why do that?
Just to make you spend money. That's it.
I have no idea.
JJ is a horror author.
What'd you say?
JJ is a horror author.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
What? I thought he said horror.
Yeah, back over here.
Yes, that's exactly what he said, of course, because that makes sense.
Oh, I was just jamming it too far up in there.
I had a nickel for every time. Akin is also a horror author.
Hey guys, I'm back. I'm back on the show, I guess.
JJ wrote the book called Parental Bloodshed, which you can get that on our website, and where else?
Well, actually, you can't get it yet. It should be in about 3 weeks-ish.
Oh, okay. I knew it was coming soon.
Yeah, it's actually being made right now. But once it is also available on the website, it will be available at Clash Dayton in the Oregon District.
Nice.
Nice.
Dayton, also known for their hobby shops.
Are you gonna be doing a audio version?
No.
No.
At least not now. Maybe someday.
I hope.
All right, we air weekly on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Central Time, only at Unshaven Modcast.
I don't have a lot of time to read.
And live on our
work a
Facebook
lot.
page at Unshaven Modcast when it actually works. Can't stay awake for the whole show? Search us on iTunes, Google Music, YouTube, SoundCloud. All episodes are uploaded the day after they air. We are a show about nothing and everything, the podcast where anything goes. Unfiltered, undefined, and unshaven. Our sponsor for the month of August is JJ Phillips.
JJ.
Woo.
JJ taking over August. That's what she's doing. So, how's everybody's week?
It's
How's everybody-
Joggist. Huh?
Yeah.
No.
No. Because, I mean, you don't really have a good name that you could turn into a month. You know?
I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay, though.
Either do you.
Yeah.
Joggist. That's all you can do for that. Joshgist.
How's
That's a good
everybody's
one.
week?
Hey, my week was all right, man. You know,
That's all you got.
doing stuff. I been having some stomach issues.
Oh,
Oh, I heard about that. How are
Yeah.
you feeling?
I had a colonoscopy last week. It wasn't bad. I was asleep.
Well, yes, they do put you
I
in.
didn't say thank you, sir. May I have another? But yeah, no cancer, so that's good, right?
Right.
Yeah. I was kind of secretly a little bit hoping for cancer. Like, I know that sounds weird, and it probably sounds bad to say,
Wow.
but
Oh shit.
I think I have like this reverse Munchausen syndrome thing going on, where like instead of me poisoning my kids to get attention, which I would never do, I would like, you know, I thought maybe, you know, if I had a little cancer or something, I could,
Get some attention.
get a little pity,
That's fucked up.
maybe go to the
There's
Make-A-Wish
other things you
people.
could do for attention.
I've always wanted.
There are many other things that he could do
Why
for
don't you?
attention.
Why don't you rescue a kitten?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I did. I rescued 2
Yeah.
adult cats though, not kittens.
Oh well.
Oh.
My oldest.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, if you would have, maybe if it were a kitten, maybe you would have
I
gotten
talk
the
about them
attention
like
that
they're
you so
kids.
rightly
Like my
deserve.
oldest is 10, and I'm going to have her mounted when she passes, so that she's always with me.
Josh is really weird.
I do get into.
I
some
so
weird
you're
stuff.
thinking more taxidermy or just like
Yeah, stuff.
Okay.
I figured, like once she passes, I'll have to throw her in the freezer. So,
Are you gonna do the taxidermy yourself?
man, you know, I tried to research it, but there's a lot to it.
Isn't there like a log and like? Don't you have to be like licensed?
I don't know if there's a
I don't think
license.
there is, because you can take classes and you.
I think anybody can taxidermy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's just a lot.
I'm not sure. I would have to research it, and
Was
then
it-
I could get back with you on that.
And she's pretty fat, so I figured that I could just use like the mold for a raccoon,
Oh my.
because you know they sell body. You know, there's not actual body under there. It's just plastic that the skin is molded over. So, but they have mold. They don't have cat molds, but they have raccoons, and she's a pretty big cat. So I think we'll be all
They
right.
don't have cat molds.
They don't. I checked.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just make one?
You know, dude, I don't want to put
I
that much
find
effort
that
into
weird
it.
that nobody taxidermies their cat.
Well, you would
You'd think
think,
that would-
like,
yeah, you would
yeah.
Do they have
Pretty
dogs?
popular.
Do they have dogs?
I mean,
I
they-
didn't see any. They
I
have,
can
like,
think of like
deer,
about 4 friends right
fish,
now that probably would.
Yeah.
birds.
They have birds. Yeah, I can see birds.
Yeah. Well, pheasant and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, that is. You'd think people.
Maybe
want
you
their
could use,
pets
like,
and
a
loved
wolf
ones to have-
Or a
sit around
fox's
forever.
body.
That's what I'm thinking
Ooh,
too.
a fox's body.
A fox for a small dog, a wolf for a big dog.
I think you
maybe?
could use a fox for a cat.
No, they're kind of.
I mean, like a baby fox.
How big is your cat?
Like a baby fox.
She's a fat ass.
Unless you have a savannah, I don't think that would make any sense.
I'm just throwing out ideas, people.
Yeah.
I think foxes are like super petite though.
Right.
They're like
I mean,
short,
you
they're
can
like the
add-
wiener. They're like the wiener dogs of that kind of animal.
Where does the term like getting your animal stuffed?
Mounted.
Is it mounted?
That's what you do. You mount it.
Right, but you don't stuff it with anything, right?
It's
Isn't
just
mounting more like a plaque kind of thing,
Yeah, I
where
feel
like the
Well,
deer
just do the
head
head.
is
Just do the
like,
head.
hanging out of the
You
the
can you can
wall?
like mount it any
I agree with
position
you.
want.
I agree with you.
You
I
like
think
those
he's
mount
wrong.
Because
You
I
like
thought
this?
the rest of the stuff was
Good
just
mount hands?
taxidermy.
That's
I
what I
was
want my cat
confused.
doing. Just one of those, like it usually does when it sees me. It hisses and fucking bats at me. But yeah. So, anyways, I got a colonoscopy done. No cancer. No Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Well, I know you're not happy to
congratulations.
hear
But-
about it, but I'm happy to hear
Yeah.
about it.
So I mean I don't really want to get too far into it, but like I haven't had a solid bowel movement since 2008. Like no
There
joke.
we go.
No joke since 2008.
You know
Every
what? I'm
fucking
not even
podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
gonna say anything because
Don't.
I buy stuff
Dude.
I call constipation
Oh,
candy.
here we
Yeah.
go.
So-
Every fucking
This
podcast.
is like 4 in a row. I think it
I
started
mean,
off with
it's
shit.
Starburst minis, and they have them in the breads, and I can't poop for like a week after I have them because I eat the whole thing.
God.
So I completely understand.
So they called me today. They told me everything was clear. They said that my colon was very clean. No polyps. Thank you.
Taking such good care of it.
And they're like, so they gave me this bile reducer because I don't have a gallbladder either. I got taken out. That
You too.
Yeah.
I don't have a gallbladder
yeah,
either.
I do.
Right, mine.
Okay.
My gallbladder was about as useless as Chuck's computer. No, but
The free one?
right. So my liver, all the extra bile my liver was making, the gallbladder wasn't there to catch it. So my body tried to evacuate it.
Your gallbladder?
No, that went
The
out.
bio.
The bile. So they
Bile.
gave me this anti-bile reducing stuff, and they're like, hey, so how's the diarrhea? And I was like, well, you know, I've had it since 2008. Not really worried about that as much as I am the excruciating pain in my gut. And I said, I want you to give me medicine that's not. I'm telling this whole story for some reason. I want you to give me medicine that's not a pain pill because I don't want pain pills. That doesn't alleviate.
Is this a
that
transcript?
that just helps it. It doesn't actually cure it. So now, but then, long story short, doctor's on vacation. I could have just said that from the beginning. So that was most of my, most of my week.
So that's how my week's going.
Awesome.
Doing a lot of RC drift car stuff,
Oh, yeah.
with Roy,
Yeah.
LB, whichever you prefer.
Drift
Yeah.
is life.
Drift is life. We
Well-
live our life one lipo at a time.
Lipo's a battery that you run
Yeah.
in the RC cars.
We're just glad you're here.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be here tonight, but then, I figured, hey, it's JJ, I may as well come.
Aww.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
actually.
I've got the engagement ring in my pocket. I'll present it to you here in a little bit.
If he wasn't going to make it, he was going to
I was going
phone
to
in.
call and propose to you over the phone.
The worst way.
And it's nice lightning tonight since you're here.
Yeah.
Lovely thunderstorms.
We usually have another host, but guess he's not making it tonight.
He's working over.
He's working.
Okay. Are we letting that slide? Are you guys letting that slide? I'm not. I'm going to put that on you guys.
I mean, it is what it is. You can't.
Well, I'm kind of thinking if he has a job that can't let him be here, then, you know.
That's a legitimate excuse.
Maybe it's time to tag old Gary in.
Oh, tag team Gary?
Yeah.
Gangbang Gary?
Brings back memories of high school.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of other things I've done this week. A lot of it's dealt with the stomach shit
And drift cars.
and drift cars. Not really. You know, I had the colonoscopy was the highlight really of last week.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, wasn't scheduled for it. I mean, I was scheduled for it, but I read the paper wrong. Like I thought I had to be there on Thursday, and it was actually scheduled for August 24th. But I did the prep, and we went ahead and went to the hospital, and they took me anyways. So I think all of my doctor's appointments from now on, I'm just gonna show up and be like, "Oh, I thought it was today," and then I'll get right in and not have to wait.
There you go.
Yeah.
That like never happens.
Yeah, like the head hospital lady came down and like she came with this big guy and like they took me back to a room. Like I thought it was like, you know, like mafia shit that was gonna happen to me, like 'cause I was there when I shouldn't have been. And they were really cool about it though. So
Well,
yeah.
they had to take another lady back into that room. And
Yeah,
talk to her.
her ass was asleep.
Chick was like freaking out.
She had been sitting too long waiting on her husband, and she said her ass was asleep. So they brought her pillow out to sit on.
Aw, that was nice.
Yeah. But she was screaming. She was causing a ruckus.
How's your week going?
It's going good. I'm
I
hanging
guess
out
I'm
with you
done.
guys.
It's a highlight.
Yes, it is actually.
It is a highlight.
I don't feel safe with you right behind me.
I was like going, "Are you talking about me?" Because
Right.
I can understand that.
I have not read your book. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's quite clear because you're still like sitting here.
So that messed up. What exactly is your book about?
Female supremacist cannibals that moved to a Midwestern city.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I like that.
Think
How many
you could-
pages
It's
is
pretty
it?
good.
Yeah.
How many pages is it?
364.
He's gonna wait for the audio.
I can get through that.
It's about 340 more than what he's used to.
Yeah, Nathan.
It's not true. I'll read it.
Gary.
Gary, can you grab a pen for back there, please?
It's technically called sociological horror fiction because at least that's what I call it because
Okay.
it doesn't have any paranormal, supernatural, or science fiction elements to it. It's
Gotcha.
based in the idea of the very real world that we
Gotcha,
live in
gotcha,
right
gotcha,
now.
gotcha.
So it could be happening in your neighbor's basement next door.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, I read Reddit. I read like a lot of creepypastas.
Oh, okay.
I love creepypastas. I've pretty much been through them all, so I'll be definitely interested in listening to it. You guys read any
He still said
creepypastas?
listen to it.
I
He
know.
was waiting for that audio. Waiting for that
I meant
audio.
read it. I'm working on some sound shit. Have you guys read any creepypastas?
I've read some. I don't read them like you read them. I mean, I read some of them.
Gotcha. Well, I read it and listen to it.
I was like,
I do
well,
listen
the
to
story that I wrote that you read, people kept telling me to put it on there. But
Yeah?
I don't think I want to put it on there.
Why not?
I thought it was quite lovely. I already gave you a review,
Yeah, I
so
know.
you know what I think.
I have it on Amazon. You can buy it on
Oh,
Amazon.
you're still put.
What?
You never read it, so shut the fuck up.
Still, he always tries to push his Amazon thing. We don't want to buy your Amazon shit, dude.
I pushed it like one other podcast. One. It was the one she listened to.
Did you know she would be listening?
No, I didn't. No, she did write me after the show, like, I want to read it. I was like, okay.
I did. And I did do. And then I filled out a review because that's what you do.
Yeah,
well.
she made up for the other shitty review. The one shitty review I had. Which, that chick couldn't even spell words correctly.
Oh, that person could not words. That person could not sentence. It was really bad.
Long story short, buy Aaron's Amazon writings,
Yeah, just search my name.
and
You'll
then
find it.
if we'll just take a brief pause, and we're gonna play a video of Trinity singing.
You know what? Fuck you all.
Oh, gosh.
So, anyways, my week wasn't as literally shitty as actions, but I did get fired.
That was
Oh.
last week, wasn't it?
It was the day after last week's podcast.
Was it?
Hmm?
I thought it was the day before. I thought you were fired on that podcast.
Fired on Thursday.
Was like official? You didn't have
Oh,
your
it's
laptop last week, so I figured you'd already been let go.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it was the week before because last week's podcast to me just didn't even happen.
Almost, it really didn't.
You can't find it anywhere. It's
It was
nowhere
like
online.
the initial setup chaos, but for the whole show.
It was just that, like everything you went through, like for the first half an hour, was that for 2 hours.
It was pretty bad.
I kept tuning in, like, yep, this is still garbage.
So there is no podcast for Leslie. Yeah, so I got fired. They just terminated my position.
That's what they say when they want
It was a lie. It was a big lie because I kept getting calls all week, like service calls from HP asking for a guy named Bob, like on my cell phone. Because there's like an open service call. I was like, oh, so they hired somebody named Bob, and that's who runs it now. But they're calling me.
So are
They
you,
obviously lied.
That's classic.
are you
You
directing
should,
them to
you
Bob,
should
or are you
be
just
just
giving them
like
bad
saying that
information?
I'm sorry, Bob passed away 2 weeks
Right.
ago.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah, seriously.
And I find it very insulting that you're calling asking for him.
Well, I'm sure my
trying to
personal
go
phone
on
number is
here.
still listed like in the HP system because like when I worked there, like I put in my personal number, so if I had to call HP, then they would call my cell phone back instead of the work because it was easier. So I'm sure it's still in there. And so he probably put in a service call, and then they called that number back, which is my cell phone, but they've been talking to a guy named Bob. So
I would tell them Bob passed away.
yeah, I should next time I'll answer next time.
You should. You should.
I
Like,
didn't answer that last.
you
'cause
should
I was
give
like,
like
why are they
information.
calling me?
though.
Like, I
You
don't
should
even
give
work there.
advice and stuff to the person that calls you.
Oh, give like the exact opposite.
Yeah, you should
of
actually be
advice.
like, well,
That'd be funny too.
Yeah.
I've been told to inform you that we're no longer handling your account.
Yeah.
It looks like you owe the company so much money.
Yeah, right.
Have you seen that the dude who was quitting AT&T, and he's like was Snapchatting him, like he would like take calls and be like, "Thanks for calling Verizon Wireless," and like he was going, "Let me direct you to somebody who actually gives a fuck," and shit like that. And he was like Snapchatting the whole thing, and then like before he quit, he was Snapchatting. He stood up, he was like, "Fuck all of you. Chad's kind of cool. I like you, Tom. I'm out this bitch." And he fucking quit. It went viral. It was awesome.
Yeah, so moral of the story, if anybody knows anybody has HP Indigo presses, I'm certified and I can run them. Find me a job. Yeah. How was your week?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
A lot of drift stuff.
You and your fucking drift shit.
Drift is life.
My girlfriend doesn't like it because all I've been doing is like making this body for the car.
So explain
every
to
day.
everybody else what drifting is, because you guys keep talking about
What drifting is?
it. Like, well, what
It's like a
you
co-
guys are doing in particular. I know what drifting is.
All right,
I'm
well,
sure most people know what drifting is.
an RC car is a remote control car. The ones that we're running are they're 1/10 scale. That means it would take 10 of those to make an actual car, I believe, right?
You're good. You got it.
So they're kind of small. They're like a foot long, I guess.
They're actually a tenth of a regular car.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
You're welcome.
You didn't say any of this about your drift shit. Why are you so quiet over there? What are you doing?
He's playing Uber
Flappy
tonight.
Birds? No, I'm playing.
He's pretending he's Uber
Um,
tonight.
no, I'm trying to
What?
figure out. It's just bothering me because I can't figure out the spelling of this author's name.
You can't figure
Are
it
you
out?
still making your list?
No, I already have. I'm using the same list I used last time because it hasn't changed. But
I
I
need to
just
make my
I don't have
list.
it in front of me, so I don't know how to spell it.
It's drift cars. The RC cars drifting is where you break your tires loose to go around a turn. It's inefficient, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Should we post a video? Can we bring up a video of that? No.
No,
No.
can't do
Okay.
that.
Well, look it up. We're gonna leave Google in the description link. So if you want to look up any of the stuff we talk about, you can. It's my week.
I also went to the corn show last night.
I
Oh,
did
how
not.
was that?
It was good. I showed up. I missed actually the first band, which was, I think they're called Dead, B-E-D.
Oh, I like them.
Well, I never heard of them, and I listened to them, and I was like,
Well, I like one song.
Well, I was like, I could really get into this. This is like a total like, it's total like a totally early 2000s like new metal sound, And I was like, man, I could get into this, but we were late, dude. We tried to like get around the 75 traffic, like of the bridge, but like I think everybody else in the world was also trying to get around the bridge traffic.
Well, it was
And,
right at
dude,
rush
oh,
hour,
it was
too.
horrible. Took
Right.
us forever to get there. So we actually showed up at like 2 songs into Yellow Wolf, which I'm a huge Yellow Wolf fan, so I was kind of upset that I missed part of it. But Yellow Wolf's set was like really energetic. It's always really good. And then Skillet came on next, which like the Christian rock band. So like I didn't even watch it.
Brought it down.
But it brought it down. And then even Stone Sour, like I like Stone Sour a lot, but it even after Yellow Show, it's kind of like you know, the whole vibe was killed, and then Korn came on, and then obviously that was amazing.
Right.
I love Korn, but
I'm going to
overall the show was good.
I'm going to go see the new Star Wars exhibit at the museum tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
I saw the same. I didn't know it was a traveling exhibit at the time when I saw it, but when I went to Seattle to see my brother, it was out there. And I thought it was like a permanent thing.
No.
But yeah, like come to find out, like now it's coming here.
Right. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. Also, do you think you'd make any money if you had like a ferry right by the fucking 75 bridge? Just run that bitch across the water. You'd make something.
Like the Anderson Ferry?
I mean, that's it. How far away is that though? So.
Like 5 minutes away.
Is it?
Yeah.
You think anybody's taking that right now?
Oh yeah.
Chuck, let's buy a ferry.
Right? We're running from like Newport right across to Ohio.
I mean, I don't know. It might.
It's just a.
It's
you
all
know,
it's screwed right now. I mean, how
Somebody
long is
can
that
do
bridge
it.
supposed to be under construction? Like 2 months?
Just one more month.
One more. So
Yeah.
we've been through one already.
Yeah. Not soon enough.
I know you're more the Dayton area. How often are you down here?
I'm down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
we like Dayton.
I'm gonna say yeah.
We were in Dayton last week and we saw. Have you been to like the 9/11 exhibit or the 9/11
Where there's a piece of the tower.
tower there?
Actually, no, I have not.
Oh, there's one there.
I touched it.
Yeah, we both touched it. He he pushed it and it started wobbling.
Yeah,
really fucking
I
hard.
didn't mean to touch it that hard, but you have to like lean over this railing,
Action.
and I kind of put a little ass behind
You
it.
did not.
And like the whole thing, like it, I could see like
To be honest,
structurally unsound.
wow.
Too soon. Like that building was just begging to drop.
But no, Cincinnati's not far from Dayton, so I mean,
No, it's not that bad.
I've been down to your art museum. It's
Yeah.
quite lovely.
yes,
Oh,
it
their
is.
museum's awesome.
Yeah.
I've been down to Dayton's art museum. Obviously, it's very lovely too. So,
Which one's better?
oh, my personal opinion's Dayton.
Okay. Is it free?
It can be certain times. It
Oh,
really
no,
just
ours is
depends.
free.
I think
get what you
I think
pay
it's
for.
like certain days, and, like certain days they'll do like different like promos and stuff like
Gotcha.
that. We do have a last time I checked, and I don't remember if we still have it, but we used to have a Monet, the lily pads,
Okay.
at the Dayton Art Institute,
Nice.
which is quite lovely.
Solid.
And when they do a dolly exhibit, which is amazing, and when they do that, I usually show up for that too.
Next time we go drift up there, man, we gotta stop by the museum.
I'm down.
What I was getting at, the reason I asked you is, you know the Brent Spence Bridge?
Drift is life.
Which bridge that is? Like pretty much the main bridge on 75 when you go to Kentucky.
Okay.
Kentucky.
It's been like the worst bridge. I think it was like number 14 on the worst defunct bridges in America for like years.
It was
and
gonna
years
drop.
And years. Like it was gonna. So they're
heading
finally
for
like
number one,
working
man.
on it, but
It
it's
really
gonna be
took us
like.
out the game.
But that is the main bridge. Like
That's the only. That's the main. Yeah, I was gonna say, is
And-
that the only bridge?
That's not the only bridge, but it is the main bridge,
Right.
and to get to Kentucky. And when they announced it was like, we're gonna be working on this for 2 months. So yeah, traffic is
Who's
just
paying for it?
been horrible.
I know that they were talking about it because they were saying it's a federal highway, so it should be federally funded. And then,
I think that bridge being repaired is like one of the reasons Trump came here that day, though.
So
So
is
I
it
mean, it
federal?
could be very federally. It could be
I-
federal.
it would explain why it only took them 2 months and not fucking 3 years.
Yeah, because it was an ODOT.
It was gonna fall down.
The bridge on my house is still falling down. They have on Harrison Avenue they still have like the tunnel completely closed.
Well, that's because they're making that big park thing all the way down Harrison Avenue for the water runoff.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why they tore all those buildings down.
got the McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
That's why they tore the McDonald's
and
down.
rallies. We had a rallies right by our house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Action loves Dayton because they have a Hardee's up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't have a Hardee's down here?
Dude,
No,
we used to
we
have
have a
all over.
rallies. We have
When we
a
were
rallies.
kids, like when we were kids, we had them all over. But now
Well, you guys have White Castle, and we don't have
Heck
White
yeah.
You guys
Castle.
don't have White Castle?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Seriously, so I guess don't go that far.
Yeah, I don't eat White Castle,
But
but I
still,
do know that
principle.
you guys have it, and we don't.
Love White Castles.
And you guys, we just now got an IHOP because before then we
Just
always had to
now?
drive down to Cincinnati to go to
How
IHOP.
the fuck can they call themselves international? If you're not in every city.
I know. I was like so excited when we got an IHOP. It was like I practically did cartwheels. It was amazing.
You have a Waffle House, though, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do have a Waffle House. We have several Waffle Houses.
I used to deliver bread for like a profession, but I delivered to Waffle House, and apparently they don't know that the attraction is we like them dirty there. We like that it's like dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not, but
What?
I wouldn't say dirty. I would just say outdated.
it's expected. It's
I love any place that prepares my food to be extremely dirty.
expected. It's expected. You expect that place to be.
I don't know if I used the word
greasy.
dirty though.
I was
Greasy.
gonna say you expect it
Greasy.
to have some grit.
Grit. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
better
I'm
word.
sorry.
Much better word. Much better word
My
than
bad.
dirty.
But anyway, so I expect that. It's like one of the charms about the place. But she was like, the manager there wasn't happy when I told her that. And probably because I used dirty.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
not use that word.
That's whatever.
Can you guys not do your job anymore? This place is too clean.
She was like, we're one of the cleanest ones in the city. And I was like, well.
Well,
I don't eat
actually,
here.
they just built the new Waffle House over here in Coleraine. And every Waffle House that I've been to, I mean, was legitimately old. Like, it was, it'd been there for years and years. And I was
Yeah.
like, man, if they built this Waffle House over here in Coleraine and it looks all updated and brand new and like
Yeah,
every other
killed
thing,
her.
like I was like, I'm not gonna go. And-
Right.
But I walked in and it still looked just like every other Waffle House from like the 1970s. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, how do they do that? How do they recreate the 70s every time? I don't know. I love Waffle House.
Yeah, the Waffle
As long as they're clean and gritty.
and gritty. Just a little dirt. Just a little dirt.
Just a little bit.
Just a little dirt. You don't want the bathrooms to be too clean. You don't want to feel that comfortable there.
I mean, it is the perfect after a night of clubbing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Place
perfect.
to-
You're sweaty and dirty.
Yeah,
It's sweaty and
place
dirty.
to eat.
Everything matches up fine. I'm dying.
That's funny. Yeah.
I mean,
So, we didn't talk about last week that Chester Bennington committed suicide because there was no podcast last week.
Heavy quotations, right? Wasn't he murdered?
See, which is why it's funny because if we would actually had a conspiracy theory episode last week,
Yeah.
that would have been the perfect thing to talk about. But we never even brought it up.
so does that mean we can have Jay back on again and we can actually do it right?
Yeah, we actually
Do
we-
it right?
We need to have Jay back on again.
What's
Then we'll
the-
have to get JJ back on so we can have the video right.
As there's a wrong way to do it.
Well, just a show in general.
Right. Yeah, we get it. Thank you.
Like literally every time I turned it on, you guys were just like
Oh, from your house?
bullshitting with the
Every time you turn
computers,
it on
yeah.
from your house?
Yeah, it was stupid. Last week was dumb.
When you weren't here?
Yeah.
I was just checking.
Well, I had drank that stuff for my colonoscopy.
Good stuff.
I mean, you didn't want me here.
Oh, that's
You coulda
that
FaceTimed
stuff is
in.
nasty.
Oh,
You coulda
it was
FaceTimed.
Oh,
bad news.
no.
Yeah, he was like he
no.
was debating like if he was like all week if he was gonna bring like come or not, like because he knew he had to drink that stuff, and then he was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
blame
once he
you.
drank it and it started, he's like, I'm not coming. But yeah, no, yeah, there is a lot of whole, I guess, controversy going around the whole Chester Bennington thing. Like some people think he's murdered because he was trying to like expose entertainment pedophiles.
Illuminati.
What? Like, you think
Yeah,
Cosby
they-
had him
well-
killed?
Well, him and Chris Cornell were like best friends.
And they were both pedophiles?
And no, they were. Chester was pedophiled. Is that a word?
Oh, yeah.
When he
I
was a
mean,
kid.
Abused.
So he was very like,
He was-
strongly, about that.
Which I think everybody should be strongly about that anyway.
No, he should,
Like,
but I'm sure
Jesus.
it's even like,
Yeah.
more at the forefront of your head if it actually happened to you.
Yeah, but look where he is now.
Well, then he killed himself on Chris Cornell's birthday. And then all these reports came out that him and Chris Cornell were friends and they were trying to expose entertainment, pedophiles, the entertainment business. And so now people were like, well, they were murdered. They were both murdered because they were trying to
That's
expose
easy
our
to
names.
say. That's an easy thing to say, though.
And it is. But,
It's fun to think about.
it's fun to think about, but I don't believe it. I mean, you go back and read, like, Linkin Park lyrics. That dude was screaming for, like, help.
Oh, speaking about things that you don't believe, real quick, I know this isn't the conspiracy podcast. Josh, go ahead and tell us about that UFO. And
Oh, yeah, you missed that. Because Rick and Ball last week, and which we'll get your answer on this, too. Do you or do you not believe in aliens?
Oh boy, I'd like to.
Okay, fair enough. I do believe in aliens, 100%. I think there's other life out there. I think it happens. But Rick and Ball asked me last week, which when he was here, he said, as your best friend, dude, if I came to you and said, saw this alien, this crazy thing happened, would you believe me?
No.
Nope, sure wouldn't. And he was like, seriously? And I was like, yeah, seriously. I was like, Action told me a pretty awesome alien story that he met when he was a kid. I was like, I don't believe him.
I wasn't a kid. I was a.
Doesn't matter. I still don't believe him. I love you anyways. I was like,
I was a junior in high school.
but that was the thing. So we're gonna have you tell the story because we.
Fucking sweet. I
everyone
love
wants
telling
to
that
hear it
story.
now.
Yeah, tell
But
us
no,
the story.
so here was my theory to Rick and Bob. I was like, well, dude, it's like everybody knows people fuck Britney Spears. Like that really happens. People fuck Britney Spears.
That's what you said.
No.
But
Nobody
if
I
my
know.
friend came to me and said, "Dude, I
Yeah,
fucked
that
Britney
somebody's
Spears,"
fucked Britney
I'd
Spears.
be like, "I don't believe."
We know that Britney Spears is
Didn't
out there
happen.
fucking.
Well, we don't know how Britney is these days.
No, we know that she has fucked,
Okay.
right? She had her kids taken away. Did she ever get those back?
K-Fed. I like
All right,
that.
tell your alien story.
All right, yeah. So I've had 2 encounters.
It's a sweet jacket.
Thank you. I'm cold.
I wouldn't mind one myself.
Yeah,
All right. So
we should
first.
start covering that thing. With it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, aliens.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
First encounter I had. Was,
Oh, there's more than one. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
well, yeah. This is just like
You've had more than one.
2.
Oh,
One where is first
It's
kind.
a really fun story.
We have one. One is in a close encounter of the first kind,
okay.
and
Set
I
the
wouldn't
scene.
really say the second one was
1998.
the third kind. Well, no. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go with that. Yeah. All right. So, sophomore in high school,
1997.
1994 Ford Tempo, cruising the streets of Cincinnati, driving down 74 West. My sister, as I'm driving, looks over, says, "Hey, what is that?" And I said, "What's what?" And she's like, "That up there." And we looked, fucking cigar-shaped UFO.
A cigar shape.
Yeah,
Like a
look,
turd
So-
shaped.
Look like a submarine?
kinda, yeah. And people would say, "Whoa, it's a blimp." It wasn't a blimp, okay? It went zip, zip, and then straight up. 2 other witnesses in the car with me. All right,
Okay.
you can call them if you want. Ask them.
Can I get their names?
Sarah Howard, Ryan Dick.
Okay, so one you're related to.
One I'm related to.
So they're out the window.
Nope, she don't like me. She'd do anything just to say, "Meh, he's wrong." She does like me. I like her too. But
So
okay,
she's out
so
the fucking window.
yeah, okay, well Ryan Dick.
One witness.
Ryan Dick.
I don't know him.
I
Sounds
don't
like a
kn-
dick.
I don't know where he's at anymore.
Oh my god.
Says no witnesses.
Okay,
That's just an unfortunate last name.
Right.
Dick. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, so jump the next year. 2 years in a row, I fucking had alien shit happen.
Same day next year.
Not the same day, no. No.
Okay.
No. Okay, so I'm laying in bed.
1998.
No, this would have. I was a junior in high school, so it would have been
1998.
99.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was guessing. So
1999.
pretty good since
A
I
young-
graduated in 2007.
A young, healthy, vibrant Joshua Howard laying in his bed asleep. I was awoken. Yeah, I guess that's the right word.
You're fine.
Bright ass lights outside, loud ass sounds.
Can you proofread this for us before?
I'm gonna just let him
Listen.
say what he's gonna say.
Bright ass lights, loud ass sounds. Young naive Joshua thought that it could have been part of a Harrison High School prank called the Junior Senior Wars,
Ooh.
where the seniors play pranks on the
On the
juniors getting
juniors.
ready to be seniors,
It doesn't
right?
sound like a war.
And I mean, I was
Like wars
making
back and forth.
pretty stellar grades, so I knew I was going to be a senior. Hey, so I thought, young Josh thought, these motherfuckers are outside doing lawn jobs in my front yard because I live out in the country. Let me set that up for you too. I live in the middle of the woods.
He does.
No street lights, nothing. One side of the street's Indiana, the other side's Ohio. That's how close I am to the border. I don't know what that has to do with anything. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
I mean,
It just gives me the idea that you live around cornfields and
I'm
just
out there.
bare.
wait, there's a
barren
creek. There's a creek by your
nothing.
house.
Yeah.
2 creeks.
I mean, well, there's.
Is
just
there a
like,
babbling
it's not like
brook
a
by your
desert
house?
Or anything.
There
It's-
is. We
it's
call
more
that
like
the dry
just
creek.
plains, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I walk out of my room. I'm walking down the hallway to where the light switch is because I'm gonna flip these fucking lights on and get these motherfuckers.
Yeah. You show them.
Yeah.
What were you gonna do when you walked out there though? If there was a bunch of
I mean, I don't know.
seniors.
Because honestly, I mean, I'll
Skit.
back then I wore the tidy whities and shit.
So you were in your underwear.
It was just underwear. That's all I had
Okay.
on me. Yeah.
No, that might have worked.
Yeah. No protection. Just going out to handle the shit in my underwear like a normal Harrison adult.
Right.
So I'm walking. I go to flip on the light. When I flip on the light, I'm facing the front door to the house. And it's a wooden door with a big glass part in the middle so you can see outside. Looking in at me is a gray.
A gray.
A gray.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Do you know what a gray is?
Obviously an alien.
It's a species of alien.
I got you.
It's
So-
it's your typical tall,
Yeah.
Slender,
slender, typical alien face.
nondescript
Right,
type of
yeah.
build.
Big
Yeah,
eyes,
it
Like
big
does.
you
head.
see in like
Small mouth and
Like
nose.
you see in the
Signs?
movies and
Except-
Yeah,
stuff.
the movie Signs.
Except gray.
I think he was gray in Signs.
It's kind of like the scary movie version of
The
Signs.
scary movie version of the alien.
You
that-
know,
yeah.
where they pee
okay.
from their fingers.
Yeah. Kind of like. Do they have like really really long fingers?
I'm
like
yeah,
ET
grays
or
have really long
something?
fingers. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm standing there. I'm looking around. The only thing I see to defend myself is a fucking baseball bat.
Oh,
My
oh,
sister-
That's
I mean,
lucky.
That's a lot better than most people.
Yeah, but
Grab a candlestick.
I had all
I
this.
would have like a
no,
book and some nasal spray.
no, I had all this shit in my way because my sister, for whatever reason, had been setting up all these cups of water everywhere. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get to the baseball bat. I got all these cups of water between me and the baseball bat. I saw the alien. First thing that popped in my head, swing away. So I just kept swinging, and I hit the water onto the alien. The aliens didn't like it. That's Signs, the movie. So anyways, I'm looking out. There's an alien looking back at me. I'm frozen. Like, I've never
Through the
in my
peephole,
life.
or just through the window? Is there a peephole in the store?
No, it's a window.
Okay, because in my
The
head you're
window
like
on the
looking at
door.
a peephole.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is that?
It's just a dude looking back.
Well, you did say you were standing in front of your door.
You did.
Well, I was. I mean, I was probably standing from here to there, to that door.
I got a little confused.
So,
You swinging
what,
away was
20
just
feet.
you making up. Was just you reenacting.
That was me
signs.
reenacting Signs.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright,
I made
alright.
that. Art.
So
That-
you
So
just
that wasn't real.
That
at
part
all.
wasn't true.
Okay, you need
No.
to
Did
you have a baseball
distinguish
bat?
what exactly is going on here.
did you even have a baseball bat?
No.
Okay.
No, I had my underwear.
You didn't have a baseball bat?
No,
been-
that was Signs.
That was
been
a
lying
great
this whole time.
part.
That was.
I really liked that part.
That
Why
was
don't you just
Joaquin
tell us the
I
Phoenix
was
lie?
and
becoming
Signs.
attached to that part. I was waiting for you to start swinging cups of water at this thing
Well, that
with,
was-
with the baseball bat, you know, throwing them up in the air and hitting
Obviously,
them.
you don't watch movies.
I think we should just leave.
I think you want to go to the Waffle House?
Right.
Get some real UFO stories.
So I've got this alien looking back at me. The term "frozen in fear" is a real thing. I literally froze, could not move. My hand was still on the light switch. I couldn't move. So, door. Then there's a window and a window. All right, in front of my
Double
house.
windows.
The alien ran down our porch to the farthest window.
You
and
saw
looked-
it run.
Yeah. It fucking
Does it have a good run?
looked in the window.
Did it float or did it run?
No, I could tell it kind of bobbed a little bit. It was running.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it did.
If I could.
Oh my
if
God,
I-
Aaron, do that again.
Like the munchkin from the Wizard of Oz. That's how it ran to the window.
I'm sure it works on my bald head too.
I know, if I cut your beard off.
So it ran from that far window back to the door and jiggled the door handle. All right. Now, at this jiggling, that broke me out of my frozen with fear. I instantly ran to my mom's room and told her that I saw an alien, that she needs to go search the house. And then I went in her closet and went to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now that sounds real.
Now, hindsight, yeah, why would the alien jiggle the door handle? It could have just beamed itself in, probably, because, you know, they got
We don't know
stuff
that.
like that.
We don't know that.
Well, I don't know why.
That's just you lying again.
Did my mom see the alien? No. Did anybody else see the alien? No.
Did the high schoolers outside see the alien?
Did the high schoolers watching the guy in the costume see the alien? No. But I saw the alien.
Right.
All right. So, yeah, she went, she looked, there was nothing. After that, really nothing else, except I have discovered within probably the last year or two that I do have a little piece of metal right here in my elbow that I can move around and feel. Almost like a
Are you sure it's
transmitter,
metal?
if you will.
Are you sure it's metal?
It feels like metal through my skin.
You ever try to put a magnet on it?
But it floats. So like one day it's here, sometimes it's down here. Kind of like if you get a BB under your skin.
Could be it could be a calcium buildup.
No, totally metal, dude.
Okay.
But so anyways, yeah, I saw a fucking alien. That's pretty much what it goes down to. There it is, right there. I can feel it. You want to feel it?
No.
I mean, I will, if you wanted to even fact check back to the previous podcast, it was the exact story. I mean, nothing changed. Even in the last
Well, no, it happened.
Yeah.
That's the true story.
Yeah, sure.
Feel this right here, dude. Feel it right where my hand is. In the middle. Nah, don't push it in. It hurts.
I felt it.
You're fucking.
It's where they've left things inside me.
Do you think do you think the aliens from the year prior are connected to that?
I think. Well, and here's some things I've learned from reading, from being younger and reading Weekly World News. I don't know if you guys remember that publication. That was amazing. Bat Boy and shit like that.
Is he related to Batman?
No, he looks like a bat. I'll show you a picture.
Are you
here in a
saying
minute.
Batman doesn't? Because he would.
So I was like,
Probably argue with you about
the
that.
black and white picture with the kid with the pointy ears and the sharp teeth. And he's like,
Well, statistically, and this was in the Weekly World News, so it's fucking true. With next to the Loch Ness Monster and shit. Statistically, though, left-handed people are more likely to be abducted by aliens than right-handed people.
Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed.
I'm left-handed. I've never been abducted.
I'm
How do
left-handed
you know,
too.
though? How do you guys know, though? See, here's what I'm wanting to do. And yeah, I get it. I really do. Like, I get it. It's funny, you know. Haha. The fact I saw a fucking alien. But listen,
Nobody ever said that.
I know you guys are thinking it. I don't give a fuck.
We're
All right.
laughing about the left-handed.
Well, it's more about the left-handed thing.
Listen, though, guys. I want to be hypnotized
Yeah.
and questioned about it.
Okay.
Because apparently, you know, when you're hypnotized, you talk about things that your mind doesn't even let you remember.
Right.
So I'm thinking if they start, if I get hypnotized, they bring up some alien shit, maybe I'll talk about being on the table and seeing them and talking to them and shit.
Oh, so you think there's a possibility that you're just blocking out the fact that you were abducted?
Because it was so...
But you're right-handed.
I'm just saying they're more likely to. Not that they're the only ones that get abducted. Come on.
Okay. That's fair. What's that?
My phone died.
Oh, for God's sakes.
We need a new producer. This is some bullshit.
So yeah, those are probably the only two times I've actually had anything extraterrestrial happen. There was in Harrison, in one of the fields, as it sat lower than the highway, and as you were driving it by in the cornfield, you could see a big. It was like almost looked like a deer, like a primitive like caveman drawing of a deer.
Yeah.
But later found out that was faked.
No.
It was not a real crop circle.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Boo.
sucks.
That was a publicity
And
stunt.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, I've had enough aliens in my life. Is what I'm saying.
Well, no, I think that's really sad when they do that because it makes it so much harder to believe people that really
Yeah,
do have
right.
experiences.
Right.
And I don't think that's fair.
I agree. We back up over there.
I do.
Oh yeah, I want to
So we're not even on?
Yeah, I mean we're live on the.
Oh, okay.
It's on our website. And it'll all still be on tomorrow. We're just not on Facebook. But we're everywhere else.
We're everywhere else.
We are everywhere else. Oh, I thought I would. A story I wanted to bring up from when I went to the Korn concert. I took Austin, by the way. That's who got your ticket. Austin
Good.
Ponder,
Somebody got it.
which he loved.
God, it gives me fucking
He had
chills
never-
even looking at it, man.
He goes,
Oh, yes. I've seen those.
I know what a gray looks like.
I mean, yeah, I remember.
Oh, have you seen one too?
I've watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Dude, I've YouTubed the shit out of aliens.
They're like the true Men in Black. Don't the Men in Black look like that too?
Well, okay, so I thought about that too. Like, wouldn't I have gotten if I had seen an alien? Wouldn't I have seen like the Men in Black come? But that didn't happen either.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I should put that down. Does it bug you that he's on that?
No, not at
No,
all.
I'm pulling up another thing. I'm giving you guys visuals.
Is it bugging you?
It's Bat Boy.
Okay.
This is probably the best issue
Oh
of
my
Weekly
God.
World News that they had.
Have you guys seen that fucking YouTube video of like that little fucking hairy humanoid thing?
Oh, the one that's all shaky with bad lighting, and
No.
I've seen it. It runs around like.
Yeah, but they have a video of its face
Yeah, it
and
looks like
hands and shit.
looks like an Ewok.
Right. So do you think that's real?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it could be, but there's some pretty short people out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm short.
well, this is like
This was
short,
like
short.
really short.
Probably like as tall as your water bottle. But like Vern Troyer size.
Who's that?
He played Mini-Me.
No, because he was like heavier.
I was like, my water bottle is not very, very tall.
It was like
at
that
all.
skinny too.
But it had short person legs.
No, it didn't.
It had that.
No, it didn't.
It had that weird
No, it
fucking
didn't. Get
gap
back.
thing they
Get
do.
back on your Amazon thingy and look it up.
See, now you're encouraging
I am
him, and you
encouraging.
just said.
Because now I'll know what he's doing. I'll know what he's doing though. It won't
See,
be a
you're starting
mystery.
to sound like me, which is basically when I say my idiosyncrasies have idiosyncrasies, I mean it.
What's it called?
I don't know.
What's
I'm
it
a
called?
I'm just gonna go to
producer,
YouTube.
researcher.
YouTube tiny person
No.
Oh, I don't know that that's a good idea.
or tiny hairy person.
Oh, it's still.
That's still not very.
Yeah.
If you could only see what's been typed into my YouTube search history.
I don't know that I'd want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
what-
I am a writer,
Would
so I
put your books
probably
to
have a very
shame.
interesting browser history as well.
I bet you do. Especially for your book.
I kind of wonder sometimes, you know, if the FBI is going to be knocking at my door.
You find that out over there, buddy?
It's not coming up. I don't know what to search.
Yeah.
What should I?
I don't know. I don't know what you should search. I want to talk about her book though. Can we talk
Okay.
about your book?
We can talk about my book.
Okay, that sounds awesome. All right, so so is this like a group person or based on like one person?
There are several main characters.
I said a group of persons, group of people. I'm sorry.
I knew what you meant. Yeah, I'm not like that at all, by
Right.
the way.
Okay. Well, I was.
I'm pretty relaxed and kind of chill about
Gotcha,
stuff
that's
like
fine.
that. But no, there are several main characters. It's a group. Obviously this is a family dynamic.
Right.
So it's a family of female supremacist cannibals. So when I say family, you're obviously going to have more than one main character.
Right,
So you're going to have several main
Gotcha.
characters at that point. And they moved to a Midwestern city. The idea is the Midwestern city is basically it's influenced by several different cities in which I've lived in.
Gotcha.
So I kind of combined them all together
Right,
and,
right.
and made this city.
Okay, so it's not a real location. It's a fictional.
Technically, yeah, there are about 7 cities that share this name,
Okay.
but none of which are the basis of what I've created.
Gotcha.
So, but as far as it's concerned, there are several main characters. Obviously, the family in itself is
Right.
is a main character. Are all main characters.
Right.
All the main characters are actually facets of my personality.
Okay.
Basically,
Oh, so you're crazy.
I basically turn around. I take a. By the way, I hate
Let's
that.
get down to it. Sorry.
It's okay. No, I basically just take facets of my personality, I break them off,
Right.
and I expound upon them to create an actual feasible human being.
Okay.
And that's how I create my main characters.
Gotcha.
Well, see, and
Nice.
I don't, you know, I don't want to give any spoilers away, so I'm trying to like do too, like how I'm gonna word this correctly, but like, that was gonna be a question for you, like, is like, from what I know of you so far, like, you know, from just talking to you on Facebook and this and that, there was 2 characters in particular that I kept thinking like, oh, this is her, like, this is so her, but yeah, that was definitely one of my questions. I kept thinking like, you know, how much of them were after you.
They all the main characters are me.
Yeah.
All of them. Now there are some influences that are also added to those characters as well. Like as you know, Arthur, who is he is a Vietnam veteran. Okay, that's his character. He's the part of me that nobody ever listens to, and basically treats me like I'm crazy.
Gotcha.
And I hate that. And but he's also loosely, and when I say loosely, I mean very, very loosely. My father is a Vietnam veteran,
Okay.
and there are some things that I've derived from conversation that make sense in the book that are things that my father has said about
Makes
his
sense.
experience in Vietnam. And then also I interviewed people with the VA and different veterans as well in regard to their personal experiences to gather information about what it would be like to actually be this individual.
Right.
But he is the side of me that like nobody ever listens to. Everybody thinks is nuts, and
Gotcha. Okay, so
So
he's
that's an example of a character.
right. Okay, I gotcha.
How much research did you do on this book?
Lots and lots and lots of
Because
research.
I'm like, honestly, I'm reading this book and I'm like, man, how many seasons of Bones did she watch over and over again? Like,
No, I
that was my thought. I was like, they're like, this shit's smart. I don't know this shit.
Yeah, I take apart I anatomically correctly take apart a human being several times in different parts in different ways and stuff like that.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay, got it.
that's what he's talking about.
Okay, so you're like
Well, I mean, you
neck
gotta say what
deep
you
in
want. I don't wanna
anatomy
give
for
any
a
points
while.
to it.
Well, I mean, I did go to college, so but anyway, no, I mean, as far as it's concerned, you have to do a lot of research with anything if you're going to write anything, period,
Right.
because you have to know what you're talking about,
right.
because you're going to have people that are going to read your literature, hopefully, that have backgrounds in these particular things, and they're going to know if you're not telling the truth, or they're going to know that if you didn't know what, or they're going to know if you just basically didn't know what the heck you were talking about.
Right, people are gonna fact check you.
Right, exactly. So you fact check you.
Right.
That's the only way I can say it. I mean, that's you just make sure that you know what you're talking about before you even think about putting it on paper. And but no, there are several examples of some of the characters. It's like Mary is the person that behaves in the way when it's always all left up to me. It's like I have to make all the decisions all the time because it's just the way it is. And it's like I didn't choose to be the leader. It just became that way, And so, yeah, everything is always my decision, good or bad. And I always bear the brunt of it, good or bad. And so that's that part of me.
So like, when it comes like the research, so you had to research like cannibalism pretty deep.
Well, yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways. I mean, there are some things that, I did a lot of research on different cannibals, anything from like, I guess, cults to aboriginals and stuff
Right.
like that. But really, when it comes down to it, it's about basic human anatomy, and learning about, the differences in, like one of the things was, it's about blood flow as opposed to that's what creates the color of meat.
Oh. Does it? Okay, because I know there's like this bear. I listen to a podcast called the Joe Rogan Experience, and he's a hunter, and he said that there's like this bear that only really eats berries, like blueberries, and like the tint of its meat is blue.
Well, yeah, I was not talking about like that. I was talking about like more like white meat, dark meat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
It's about blood flow.
Gotcha. Okay, that's awesome.
That was interesting.
I have to read this book. Do you have a copy that I can borrow? Or when is it released?
Actually, if you subscribe to my newsletter,
Okay.
that's usually the first people that will know that the second edition, second printing is available.
Okay.
And that's on my website. And you can just subscribe to that.
What's the website?
www.jjphillips.com with one L.
I have a
One-
copy
Oh,
you
you
can
do?
borrow to read, but you should still buy a copy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
No, I'll buy a
Oh
copy.
yeah.
I'm starting a book.
They bought a copy, so I
I'll
get.
buy a copy.
I totally didn't even think about it. You could probably borrow theirs. I
That's
mean,
what's
it's not a
actually
big deal.
sitting right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, how long would you say overall did it take you to, from beginning the research to
Okay.
finishing?
It took 8 years and 4 rewrites.
4 rewrites.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I rewrote the thing 4 times because I didn't like it, obviously, 3 other times.
We're all our own worst critics. That happens.
Yeah. It took me 8 years to finally write something that I thought was actually worth somebody else's eyes seeing. Maybe everything
Yeah.
else is like buried in the file cabinet under "Do Not Touch" or you die.
Yeah.
So when you do like the rewrites, do you make like major changes, or do you just add things, or
It
just
really
anything that pops in your head?
It really depends on the
Yeah.
reason why I'm doing the rewrite.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like this last rewrite, because I'm writing a sequel, and I rewrote the sequel, and it was almost 700 pages of absolute pure shit. So I was very unhappy with it. So I decided I would take it to a metro park, and I lit it on fire because I just did not ever want to see it again.
That just happened a year ago, right?
Yeah,
Like, that just
yeah.
happened.
I just did that a year ago, and I've started rewriting the sequel again now because it was just, like I said, it was just shit. Ugh. Anyway, but no, I mean, it really depends. Sometimes it'll be like the first version was basically just gore, 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 gore. That's all it was. Just ridiculous amounts of gore for no reason whatsoever, other than the fact that I was probably pissed off about something.
Right.
And and then the second version started to have like plot and a little bit of a story to tell with some other little things that kind of sound maybe interesting. I don't know. And then the third version was probably much more plot driven and maybe some more character development and all the juicy things that make reading fun. And then the fourth and final rewrite was basically when it was done. Now, like I said, there was didn't have anything to do with the rewrite, but once I finally got the rewrite done, I sent it off to be printed, and the version that I had that it was edited did not go to the printer. So, yeah, so I had to go back through. I paid like an absorbent amount of money to have it like completely re-edited again just to make sure, because obviously I just did not want that to ever happen again, because that was like the most heartbreaking thing ever. I cried for like months about the whole thing. And then basically that's what the second edition, second printing is basically it's the completely, fully, really edited this time version of the previous book. And it was just because the version that was supposed to go to the printer never went. Some other version went, and I had no idea what happened. I'm not blaming anybody.
How many prints did that make it through?
It made it through enough to where I was like I couldn't redo it.
Oh,
We'll say it this way: I was in thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars at this point.
Oh my god!
And I couldn't redo it. I just had to cross my fingers, hope, and just believe that the story was good enough to surpass all the errors that were in it, because there were quite a few, and it was absolutely humiliating.
Wow, that sucks.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it's all right. It happens.
Happy to see you didn't give up after that.
Well, I thought about it. Actually, I was like, maybe this is a message that the universe is trying to tell me, to like just shut up.
Well, I'm glad you didn't listen.
Because I was just like, does this happen normally? And it was really kind of cool because John Fleming, who does my printing, he was like, that's why they call it a first edition, because, dude, man, you make it, this thing is gonna be worth so much money.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do we have a first edition?
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys got my mom's copy.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, my mom wasn't gonna read it anyway.
Okay.
That's what she said to us. She was like, the book's called Parental Bloodshed. She didn't want to read it.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "Oh, that's nice, dear. I'm never gonna read that." I mean, she wasn't being mean.
Yeah.
I mean, she's supportive, but she's just like, I'm okay.
Man, I'll tell you what though. Like, I mean, I'll still stick with what I said in the first original when I hadn't even finished it yet. But like when I said it starts off strong, and because it did. Like, it started off, and I was just like, oh shit, okay, we're going there. Like right now, like there's nothing like you just fucking we're in it right now. Let's go. And then and then there was some character building, which was obviously like it needed that because there's so many characters. And then I can't remember the chapter. I know it was around page 100 is when I was just kind of like my jaw hit the floor. I hit this one chapter and I was like, oh shit, like wow, that's okay. I didn't expect that, but dude, it was awesome. It was a really good book. I will admit though, and I had a hard time reading it, and not because of you. You're extremely detailed, and it's very hard to do when there's kids around. And so like I kept finding myself like trying to escape kids as I was like because of the detail, like the detail's amazing when
Is it
I'm
because
by
of the
myself.
sexuals?
No, I just literally mean like details, like describing everything of what's going on. And that was amazing because when I was by myself it was amazing because I could really put myself there and imagine it and picture what was going on. But when kids were around, I couldn't I couldn't focus hard enough to like get that image in my head, and I was like getting kind of lost. And so I was like, man, I can't do this when kids are around. I gotta rebuild myself. But I mean, it was just because you're so descriptive, which is I say that in a very good way.
Oh, thank
like,
you.
A very good way. Like because the description of everything. I mean, if even like I know that's like a line, but like it's not gonna give anything away. But it was like she got a pencil from the cup in the left hand side of the monitor, and I was just like the left hand side. Dude, I could picture all this. Like it's not like she just like grabbed a pen real quick. It was a descriptive. I was like,
So is the book written like? Is it like a narrative? Like it's being narrated what's going on, or?
I was told by a couple different reviewers that it reads like a movie.
Okay.
Well, it is very descriptive. I have been told that.
I could see. It does read like a movie.
I've been told it reads
Maybe
like a
it
movie.
will be a movie one day.
I'm hoping so.
Fingers
There's a lot of-
crossed.
Fingers.
There's a lot of showers in this. A lot of showers. That's all I'm gonna say. That doesn't give anything away.
Rated R.
Oh, actually, I was kind of. There was a
NC-17.
very, very sweet at Horror Hound. There was a very, very sweet man and his daughter, who got pictures with me, and they were very, very adorable. And he bought the book, right? And then I just looked straight at him and I said, "That is not for her until she is at least 17 or 18." And he's like, "Okay." Didn't even question me, didn't even say anything, just was like, "Okay." Because I wasn't even going to go into the fact that if this were a movie, it would be an NC-17.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I think that
And
yeah.
not even just the sex, but the gore in itself too. I think that would be enough to drive it.
Well, yeah, one of my friends said, well, the sexuals is enough, but then the gore and the all the other stuff. What is going? I don't even want to know what is in your head anymore. I don't want to ask you how you're doing because you might tell me.
Not gonna lie. The more I read, the more I became terrified that you were coming on the show.
Actually,
think
you know,
this shit's live.
I have
Like-
friends. I have friends that have stopped talking to me. Yeah, that's the truth. And I'm actually not joking. I'm being very serious.
It's their loss.
Oh, they're lost.
They're just
whatever.
like, all right, well, yeah, all right, well, we're going to stop talking to her right now because she scares me. And I'm like, gosh, it's a book.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's the same with you. Like, you've only read the one thing that I wrote, but a lot of my other stuff comes out more as poetry. But, like, outside, when everybody's... I'm not going to promote anything, fucker.
Available at Amazon.com.
A lot of my writing is, like, really dark. But most people see me as, happy-go-lucky kind of guy. I think even my mom, when my mom started reading my shit, she was just like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, do you need to, like, help?
Is this how you
like,
really feel, Aaron?
Like, do you need me to, like, do you need to talk to a doctor? And I was like, no, man, a pen and the paper, that is my fucking doctor, man. That's how I get
Well,
that
that's
shit
how
out.
I started, was
that's
therapy.
How I'm so able to fucking be all happy-go-lucky at everybody else, because I'm fucking getting the shit out on pen and paper, like.
That's what I'm telling you. That's how I got started writing in the first place.
Yeah.
It was therapy for me. I mean, it literally was my therapy.
Yeah, that's why I still write. I even try to tell people that, like, even struggle and stuff, because my wife struggles sometimes with depression. And I'm like, but there's no creative bone in her body, like, at all. But I'm just like, just write. Just get a pen and a paper and just write.
Just write how you feel.
It doesn't have to be a story. It doesn't have to rhyme. It doesn't have to do it. Just write it. And nobody has to read it. Just write it. Like, the writing in itself kind of helps you. Like, you don't even have to let anybody ever read it. Like, I don't know.
Well, for the longest time, yeah, like I had a file cabinet full of "do not touch, if you do, you die" kind of things, and
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
that was basically how that got started.
When did you start writing? Like, any kind of writing?
Gosh, I was like a kid.
Were you?
Yeah, like a real like a kid. I want to say I was like 6 or 7, but it was like stupid little stories, like I don't know, kings and castles and stuff with like I don't know, islands and I don't know, treasure and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote little stuff like that when I was a kid, but I mean, I don't think I actually took my writing seriously until my senior year in high school. Like, I remember you had to, like, make those little blank books in school? They do
Yeah,
those
the
and you
little
like,
white books.
the little
Yeah.
white books, and you make a story.
Draw the pictures.
Like, I always did mine, like, with poetry. Like, other people would make, like, huge stories, and I would, like, always just do books of poems. But then, like, I mean, I did little stuff here and there like that, but I don't think I actually took myself seriously until my senior year.
I liked writing. I liked writing little poetry and things like that. But mostly it was always it would end up being like a story that would never really just do anything with it. It would just kind of be like half a story because I would never come back to it or something like that. Because I was very I didn't have like the mindset that I do now. Back then, I was a little bit more distracted.
Oh yeah, well,
And
sure
so-
we all were.
Yeah, and it wasn't actually, used as therapy, for quite some time. It was more just like, I'm bored and I think I'll do this right now because I'm sitting in my room listening to The Cure and I have nothing else better to do.
Right.
Do you
I
have
did-
any?
Go.
Sorry. Do you have any things like you do when you write, like that you always have to do when you write?
I have my beverage buffet.
Oh, you have a beverage buffet.
Yes, I have my beverage buffet and I have like my tea and I have like sometimes I do chai flavor. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. It's like all different kinds of tea. And then I have my water. And then sometimes I'll have a lemonade. And then maybe I'll have a vitamin water with the dragon fruit or the triple X, and then I'll have like some other beverage that isn't carbonated, and and every once in a while, if I'm feeling very adventurous and I'm probably writing something pornographic, I will have a glass of Di Serono.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Do you like give yourself a certain amount of time to write, or is it just like you just sit down, you just go?
It's done when it's done.
I just usually sit down and go until I have to pee.
Yeah.
That's fair. With that fucking beverage buffet, I'm sure.
I know.
Right.
I'm sure
That probably happens quite a bit.
Jinx.
Oh, it's time for a break. All right, let's go. This is why I don't get anything done.
So now, do you write like for instance when you were writing this book, or now that you're working on the sequel, is that all you'll work on, or do you work on other little things too, like little short stories,
Like side
or
projects, you
or
mean?
anything?
Like,
Yeah.
I have like little side projects here and there, but they usually, once I really get into writing something, those side projects will just wait.
Yeah.
They'll just sit on my little computer on the little front page, and I'll get to them when I get to them.
Because I feel like that's my biggest problem with all the endeavors that I do, is that I
I think I'm the same
have
way
like
too.
100 of them going on right now.
Right.
And I'll go upstairs, like I'll get off from work and I'll go upstairs and be like, all right, well, what am I going to work on tonight? And then, now I'm watching Weeds on Netflix laying
It's like
in
you have
bed. Like,
so many things to do. You get
I'm
nothing done.
I'm a horrible procrastinator.
Well, it's not that I procrastinate. It's just I get something going and I just can't get
Yeah.
off that
Is that
track.
that's the problem? I don't
It's the
think we're
same.
procrastinators. It's just like, especially me and him, but like when me and him get together,
Dude,
it's
we've-
bad. Okay, well, first of all, we have the Beard Club, and that's like that's a solid thing. It's full time. Well, I mean not full time, but there's a lot of thought that goes into the Beard Club. And then we were like, let's start this podcast. Let's start making beard oils. Let's start doing this. And it's-
Shrags.
now we got slaughterhouse drags, and it's just like.
See?
Yeah.
There we go. I know.
Yeah,
I
and
took
that's-
off my
that's good.
29 Red shirt. Actually, I have a friend of mine, local band in Cincinnati,
Yeah.
headed by Stephen Eckstein, who's actually a friend of mine.
He's my
Um,
Facebook buddy.
Huh?
Facebook buddy.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
really great guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's his band. He and Aaron Holly Lang and Spencer Burton, I believe, are that band, and they do a really good job.
What is the band called again?
29 Red.
29 Red.
Yes.
I'll have to check
And-
them out.
Yeah, you'll have to check them out. They're here locally too. So.
Nice.
And then Steven does DJ work too, right, at the dock?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steven is also a DJ. And I do know I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do know that I believe he is the resident at this point. But
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure, and I don't want to be quoted on anything because I don't know. And I have a hard time keeping up with all that stuff because yeah.
Yeah.
Talented fella, though.
Talented fella.
Maybe we'll get him on the show one night.
You should totally.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that until just now.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, he's
I
pretty
would
cool
tune
dude.
in.
I'll be there. Maybe.
Speaking of side projects, You were in a movie recently.
I was in a movie.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
and I have an
Nothing
IMDb
in.
now. Do you realize how like part of the cool kids club I feel? It's amazing. Okay.
Dude, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
I had a clothing line for 2 years, and I tried to put myself in Wikipedia, and they told me I wasn't important enough and deleted all my shit.
Well,
So that's a big deal to even get on IMDb. But
I thought it was really cool. But yeah, I have a what they call like kind of like a bit part. I had about 3 minutes of screen time, 2 scenes, and my character had a name. It was Suzanne Hawkins, and
Oh, so it's not like bar girl.
no,
Girl
I
in the
have a name.
background.
I have
Cell
a,
phone girl number 1.
yeah, I do. It's so awesome. And so the movie was directed by Ryan Stacy, and I got to act opposite Mary Lee Osborne, who, by the way, is one of my biggest heroes. She's amazing, and she's also just like the coolest chick.
Nice.
And she was so supportive too because she knew I was so terrified. I was literally shaking in my boots, and I kid you not, because I was wearing boots that day. And she was so awesome to do this with, and it was a lot of fun. I got to meet some really great people, and I just cannot wait till it comes out. And from what I understand, it's supposed to come out in November-ish,
Okay.
somewhere around there. So I'd say winter of this year. And you guys should have Concept Media on too. That'd be
There we
awesome.
go. We can do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to rain on your parade. But
But I'm going to.
Oh,
in the 2nd grade at Gleno Swing Elementary School, I acted in a play called Stone Soup. And I still remember my line.
that's awesome.
It was, I bring the barley.
That's awesome.
And I was supposed to bring a sack of barley.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, they didn't give us our own props. And my mom got me a box of barley. So I just gave the box, like, I bring the barley, and gave the box of barley.
Oh. So you went with what you had.
Yeah.
And
We
you
got-
improvised.
We did get a standing ovation.
That's awesome.
John G. Carlisle, 3rd grade.
Here we go. There's John G. boys.
I was in a little play about Jesus' birth. You might have heard of him. I was the donkey. I remember my line. It was, I am the donkey, all shaggy and brown. I carried Mary to Bethlehem. We also had a standing ovation from our parents.
Boom.
Thank you.
I was
Sorry.
Benjamin Franklin in a play, and that's all I remember. I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Sorry, so obviously we all have higher.
Well, I bring the barley.
What's the movie called?
Failing Grace.
Failing Grace.
Yes, the movie's called Failing Grace. I am an executive producer as well.
Are you
Nice.
still?
Oh,
really?
Have you been
Yeah.
Did you get the credit on IMDb?
Yes.
Oh, man. Dude, I need an IMDb.
So I am an actress and executive producer.
Nice.
And an
Nice.
author.
I
Triple
was
threat.
like,
That's a triple threat.
I'm going to have to crowdfund something so I can get on IMDb. That's the only way I'm going to make it.
it was actually really cool because I was like, when he asked me, I was actually on vacation in Sullivan's Island, South Carolina. I'm laying on the beach doing my thing, and all of a sudden I get this message asking me if I want to be in a movie. I was like, oh, hell yeah!
Right.
I was like, oh, and then I was like, I probably should have thought about that first because I'm not an actor.
What's the movie about?
I can tell you that because I actually have read it, so I can't really say a whole bunch.
Well, if there was a trailer. Is there a trailer?
Yes, there is a trailer.
What's the trailer say?
It's basically about a stalker,
Okay.
and it's a thriller horror movie. It's gonna be so awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I'm excited.
I was like, oh my gosh, I read this thing. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I've got a movie boner. This is awesome.
That's nice. That's awesome.
I bring the barley.
Good job, buddy.
That's awesome.
I
If
brought
they
I
ever-
brought the barley as well.
If that ever becomes a movie, I will be barley carrier number 1.
Our costumes were literally just like pieces of paper that said donkey.
Oh my god.
Well, Gleno Swing is in Covington as well as John G. So we didn't even have costumes, dude. I just had a
Okay.
box of barley and delivered my lines like a seraphim.
I delivered mine like a donkey.
Okay.
Like the donkey that delivered Mary to Bethlehem.
And Miss Penley, if you're still alive, you did a good job directing.
I remember all that shit.
Same school I got in trouble with because we used to have to like tangents. we used to have to line up in the hallway to go to lunch, right? Well, it would go. They would let the older kids go first. Like I said, the little kids didn't get beat up. So all the third graders would walk by. Me and my little badass first grade self would stand against the wall, and as they were walking by to go to the lunchroom, I got caught sticking my foot out trying to trip them. So I got a detention.
You're a dick.
And I had to miss that
You're one of
that
those
week's Cub Scout meeting
Oh,
as punishment. But you know,
is that why you're not in the Cub Scouts anymore?
sadly, it did end my Cub Scout career.
I'm sorry.
You might have known Travis if you'd have stuck in a little longer.
Second year Weeblo.
I just want to let you guys know that these headphones really hurt.
You can
They're
take them
so
off.
tight.
You don't have to wear them.
You don't?
Yeah, no, they're not mandatory.
We
Oh.
just like them because we
Yeah.
look cool.
I kind of do the one on, one off thing.
Okay.
I don't know if
Like-
they're adjustable or not.
Oh my goodness. I was starting to lose my ears.
No, as I said in the beginning, I was like, you don't have to wear them if you don't want to. Like,
Well, I was
I
figuring
find
you.
it helps me, but we don't have
I
to.
thought you were just trying to be really nice.
Oh no. You're
And you were
It's
like,
personal-
probably it'd be in
personal
your best
preference.
interest to wear them, but I'm going to tell you, you don't necessarily have to because I'm going to be nice about
no,
it.
personal
Okay.
preference. If you don't, I like being able to hear what's going on. But
Does that feel better?
Feel better.
we're leaving.
Oh, that was so much better.
Honestly, we prefer
like
you
taking your
get
bra
more
off at the end of the
headphones,
day?
So you're doing us a favor.
It's like taking your bra off at the end of the day.
No, it's better actually. At this particular moment right now, it's better than the bra off at the end of the day. I'm telling you.
Taking the I used to wear those, and taking those off is the closest I'll ever get to knowing the feeling of taking your bra off
Well,
at
at
the
this,
end of a day.
well, yes, it is.
I mean, I only know because of the wife.
So I can
She's like,
relate.
oh god, like it's just so relaxing. I'm like, man. that's just-
The eyes
I
roll
wish
in
I
the
had
back
some,
of the
I
head.
wish
You're
I
done.
almost wish I
Yeah.
had something to look forward to. At the
It's
end
kind
the
of it's kind of like worth wearing them just to be able to take them off.
Yeah. Screw the wife and kids. What else is there to look forward to?
day. So what are you doing to promote the book? What do you got coming up?
Well, there's
Kinda-
this.
Oh, I am going to.
Well, there is this.
Well, I'm. And then I'm also going to be at Days of the Dead in Louisville.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
want to talk
September
about
1st
that.
and 3rd.
Why are you not going?
Huh? Shrags was supposed to be there.
Yeah, what happened?
What happened?
Procrastinator?
Pretty much, yeah.
So you guys aren't going to be there now?
And I was gonna
No.
go, even though we weren't gonna be there. I was still gonna go, but now that Romero died, I don't even feel like going anywhere
Sorry.
ever again.
Well, that's a boo because I was going to, like, I don't know, come over and bug you guys.
Yeah, we were one too. We actually even like. I mean, I know Nathan. I don't know him that well from Horror Hound, but like I wrote him. I was like, dude, let me know when the vendor spots open up. And
Did you get a hold of Cromwell?
I know
Try-
Nathan kind of somewhat. I've been introduced to him like a couple times.
I would probably get a hold of Aaron Cromwell.
I feel like Gary and I can just go to Indy and set up something in the parking lot.
What's up, son?
That,
I
like
mean,
we'll do it old school, like you used to
He's
wear all the
probably going to yell
T-shirts,
at me
Yeah.
now for doing that, by the way.
and
Don't
then
yell at JJ.
they'll that'll get their attention for next year, maybe.
Maybe.
Like if we cause not a ruckus, but
You should do a flash mob.
make our presence. Yeah, big. No,
So,
Yeah. No.
I had to think what Flash Mob was.
oh,
Everybody break out in a Thriller or something.
What the fuck? Why are you saying
feel
no?
like-
no,
I feel
wait
like
a
that's
minute.
bad.
I'm
Fu-
confused. Okay, so you're actually not. You're not.
We
ta-
won't be there.
You won't be at Days of the Dead, but you're going to be at Horror Hound.
We will be next year.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
They're gonna do a flash mob.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Not,
will be.
not this one.
You
coming
had me
up.
so confused.
Not the
for
one
just a
coming up.
second.
We're not gonna be at either.
Visit our Shrags booth at
But,
Days of the
are
Dead
you gonna be
2025.
At the, but are you going to be at the Horror Hound in Indy?
No.
No, we
Okay.
won't be there either. We
No, we
won't
missed
be
the
anywhere.
deadline.
Oh, okay.
They sold all the vendor booths out, and that's why I was like, I wrote Nathan,
You guys
and I
are
was like,
fuck
dude,
ups.
because when we
We're
first
taking it old
we
school.
made
gorilla style.
tracks, and then I wrote Nathan, and I was like,
Let's see,
but
give
at
him
that
ideas.
point the vendor booths weren't on sale,
Okay.
and I was like, let me know when they go on sale, and then I never heard anything, and then we all kind of missed it, and then apparently the vendor booths sold out quick.
Yeah. It was basically like you get an email, boom.
Yeah, I didn't.
Except
get
you never
I-
got
I'm
an
not-
email.
I'm on that
Yeah,
cool email
we
list,
didn't even get the
apparently.
email.
Even though I wrote Nathan and said, "Can you let me know when it happens?" Didn't happen. But I don't know that.
I know. I
don't
just
know- I don't
totally
know,
looked like
like-
I was reaching at something. There was a gnat that just went flying
Yeah.
across my face.
Saw that.
They like the ink.
But now we'll hit up the next horror hound when it comes back. They
no
go to
ink over
Chicago
here.
next, right? You go to Indy, Chicago, then back to Cincinnati.
there's
or
no-
something?
Days of the Dead, you mean?
No, horror hound.
Horror Hound. I believe that their
Josh.
next one,
Fuck you.
I
I
want
think
to
they
say it's
just
either Columbus or it's
Josh.
Cincinnati, because the one in Cincinnati's in March.
And then, yeah, it's probably Cincinnati.
That's the one we need to get on.
Yeah, I know.
We need to start local,
Start local.
grow from there.
So you'll forget this conversation tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
The next tour, Cincinnati's gonna roll around like, oh well, we should probably check the tables. Oh, we'll do it tomorrow, and then it'll never happen.
Should we
So
back on
when-
talking about our next book?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll still not be in a fucking
First
You mean one that I didn't burn, right?
Parental
Okay,
Bloodshed
all
5. We still haven't gotten a Horror Hound booth.
So when and where is Days of the Dead?
Days of the Dead is in Louisville, Kentucky, September 1st through 3rd.
Okay.
So yeah, and I will be there with bells on, I guess. Does that make you sound excited?
You can catch our booth there. We'll be set up with JJ.
Scott's gonna have
we'll
a
be
heart
standing
attack.
behind
Don't yell.
Here's JJ's little stack of books in the corner, and then the rest is Shrags.
You're gonna give Scott a heart attack. Don't say
Yeah,
that.
right?
Scott is calling you right now. He's,
Yeah.
he's messaging you right now.
Stop.
It's like, dude, man, I thought we were friends.
Just saw your message.
What happened?
I got so excited in my talking. I just saw JJ's message.
What happened?
I have no clue.
I'll tell you what, man.
I told people that this was interactive and they could
This-
ask questions and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel really bad now.
This is a
It just paused for
clusterfuck.
Yeah, I did. I told everybody that it was going to be interactive and they could ask questions and talk. And
You'd think after 8 months we'd have all the growing pains worked out. Nah. Still a work in progress.
so did it really start having problems when you moved from the attic to here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first couple shows here were okay.
It's since we started using this computer. Not blaming it on the computer, because it's free.
Basically, I just need to suck it up and buy another laptop. So we have 2 laptops, one for video, one for audio.
Somebody's partying outside. Hear 'em.
All right, we are live.
All right, we're live again on Facebook. We've been live the whole time, but everywhere else.
So this is this episode is a trilogy.
This is now
So-
a trilogy.
So
on
basically,
Facebook.
everything we've said before wasn't live at all?
just on
everything.
Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're always live on Mixler and Audacity.
And the website.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
the video portion is down or up now, I guess.
Oh, it was on the website though. Oh, it will be.
Yeah, it's always live on the website and Audacity and Mixler, and then the whole show with all these video errors will still be on iTunes, Google Music, YouTube, like everything.
Okay. Because I was going to say that might be a good thing to tell people that may or may not have now not tuned in.
Yeah. Well, now you know.
Yeah.
And, thanks, JJ, for telling our listeners.
Catch us tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all. We'll figure this.
We're
out.
actually having a rival author on next week, and it's going to be perfect.
Of course. You know.
Is there
Actually,
are
I
there
would
like
hope that-
rival authors and stuff? Do you think?
I don't have any.
No street fights or nothing like that.
There might be, but I don't have any because I choose not to be in competition with anybody.
That's the way to be.
Yeah, that is the way to be.
Except
Really?
when you're drifting.
No, I mean seriously, the only person I'm in competition with is
Drift is life.
myself.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
and because I want to be a better version of me, and I want to be a better writer than I was yesterday. So that's the way I look at it.
That's why you burn books.
That's why I burned the ever living hell out of my books. Yes, because that wasn't good enough.
Right.
So where are we at on this piece of paper that I've not been looking at?
We've covered a lot of this piece of paper that nobody has gotten to see except the people that have been on the other platforms.
Right. Yeah, so we've pretty much had a podcast tonight, everybody, and
Yeah,
it's
we've
been pretty
much
good
had
one.
A pretty successful podcast. I mean,
We covered most of our topics.
And you'll never see it.
Well, you
Unless-
will if you do the
unless-
things that he said.
Yeah.
Unless. Go to iTunes, Mixler.
Unless
Our
you get
website.
us a booth at Horror Hound,
Oh my god.
then you'll see it.
Now you're
We're
trying
gonna
to
hold your
brag.
video for ransom.
Oh my gosh.
that's funny. Dude, let's You're an author.
Right?
You're
Welcome
an
to the
You're
show,
an author,
Aaron.
right?
How are you tonight?
You are too. So.
Well, let's talk about our
Amazon.com.
favorite authors, guys.
Oh
How
dear.
about that?
Okay,
Man.
Look, I need to go last because I've not made this list yet. So I was-
That is an
I was
awesome
producing.
segue, dude. You did good.
You know, see, this kind of thing would be so much easier if you asked me like my favorite song or, you know,
Kokomo, the Beach Boys. Hands down, my favorite song ever.
Dobie Gray, Drift Away.
I couldn't name just one damn song.
Kokomo, Beach Boys.
Kokomo Beach Boys, that is, I guess.
Bahamas, come on, pretty
Come
mama.
on, where's it? What's
It is
your
a
favorite
good
Santiago,
song, even though Brian Wilson had
Montego.
shit to
Favorite
do with
song?
that
What's your favorite song?
Yeah, right.
My favorite song?
Yes.
ICP Miracles.
No, but we should definitely play that.
We watched the video before we came.
I don't know if I have like a favorite song.
I mean, I have a favorite band.
don't think I have a
I
favorite.
can't narrow down a song, though.
I don't fucking know.
See, I did good. I stumped you.
Dude, look at that. Look how natural that looks. I could totally be a left-hander.
Where is?
Look how
what do you-
natural it looks.
Well, right.
Are you trying to write?
No, like, I mean, like,
Oh.
see?
But try to write.
Right.
You didn't write anything. You didn't write anything. Write your name.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's not bad.
It's awesome.
Looks like it says job. I like it.
Oh, that's fucking terrible.
Whatever. I saw an alien.
Do better with my foot.
All right, top 5 authors. Fuck your
I
song.
still
You took
wanna-
too long.
I still want to go last on that.
Okay.
Fine, go list.
Well, I can
You're
get
eager,
sexual
dude.
too
You
by
want me
saying
to go?
anything.
I've already-
You're
I'll
eager.
go if you want me to
Wow,
go.
I can get sexual too by say anything.
That's stupid.
What?
Wow, I can get sexual too by anything.
Say anything.
By say anything.
Walk through hell's better.
That's pretty good too. I like say anything.
That's a song?
That's a band.
Yeah.
Which one?
Okay.
I can get sexual too.
Yeah, I can
I
get
was
sexual
like,
too.
It's a good band.
That's my song.
okay.
That's my song.
Sound like a statement.
Yeah.
I can get sexual
He
too.
did.
Say anything.
He did. He said
Say
that
it.
like in the middle of
Say
this
anything you want. I'll get
conversation.
sexual to it.
And I'm like, what the heck is he talking
Porcupines.
Wow, I can get sexual too by say anything. Go.
All right, you can go first then.
about? I don't know if I could put him in any particular order though. Is that okay?
Next.
Oscar Wilde.
No. Oh, that's a good one.
Let's see here. I like Kipling. Oh, and I've only got 2 so far. Let's see here. You know, and it's really bad because I don't know the actual writer's name, and this is really bad. But the guy who wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
Ooh.
I don't
Yeah.
remember his name to save my life, and I have to look it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's horrible, isn't it? So, but him, I love Jeff Lindsay. I'm a pretty big fan of Jeff Lindsay, and of course,
It had 2 authors.
oh, okay. Well, the one with
It's Douglas Adams and Eon Colfer.
I think it's that one.
Eon Colfer.
Yeah, I think it was that version. And then Jeff Lindsay, and then of course I'm a big fan of Stephen King for his book on writing.
For his book on
On how to
Stephen
write?
King wrote a book called On Writing.
Is it How to Write books?
It's kind of like not how to write books, but he kind of gives you permission to write what you're going to write.
No.
And it kind of gave me permission to write Parental Bloodshed in a lot of ways.
Interesting.
He told me it was okay. Everything that was going on, you know,
Oh, like
my writing style, what I wanted to write
Gotcha.
about,
That
what I
makes
wanted
sense.
to do with my writing. He told me it was okay, and so
Right, right.
it was kind of like that's why I like him, is because he.
Did you question your writing?
Oh, all my,
mean, like, not-
all my life.
Like just like what you were writing? Did
I
you
wondered if it
question
was
that
any
at
good.
all? Mhm.
I wondered if it was like, is it just, are these people just telling me it's good because they're my friends and my family,
Right,
or
right.
are they do I really just, are they just being nice, you know? So yeah, I kind of, it's not that I really questioned everybody's honesty. I wondered if they were just trying to be kind.
That's how.
I think I want to check that out.
It's a great book. You so should.
That's
You
how
can
I-
actually borrow my copy if you'd like.
Yeah, like, I actually like to do that.
That's how I feel about Make Your Own Dad movie from Lloyd Kaufman.
Oh.
That was an amazing. Like, go ahead and do whatever you want in a movie. No big deal. I haven't made any movies though, so.
But that's a very great philosophy.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I might have to check that out.
Like how this whole podcast started because I read Kevin Smith's
Yeah.
tough shit, and then I wanted to make a movie, but he also does podcasts. So I was like, dude, we should start a podcast. It's gonna be awesome.
I
But
like
still,
this one.
I still haven't made a movie.
I really like this one because you can kind of see everybody though at the same time, you know.
Yeah.
Where a podcast, you know, what I know of podcasts, you just kind of listened.
Right. Yeah.
That was
yeah,
it.
Which I think most podcasts are morphing into the video world
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think so.
nowadays.
Because I've been
Yeah.
on a couple podcasts
What?
and there were no videos
No,
involved.
podcasts are not going to the video world.
Some of them. Some
mean,
of them
they-
go video.
A lot
They
of them.
stream video.
A lot of
but
them go video.
I don't listen to any of my podcasts with video.
Yeah. Well, that's you.
This
Your
is the
personal
first.
preference.
This is the first modcast that I've ever done, like video involved.
We made that word up.
My podcast, the podcast that I've done
I was
before.
about to say. I thought that's what it meant when she said that. I was like, oh, is that what Modcast means?
Well, that's what I thought it
Yeah,
meant too.
I like that.
But we made it up because
I
we
thought
should
it
coin
meant
that.
like movie slash.
It's coined right now.
cast, right?
Yeah.
So podcasting with the video element involved.
I like that.
That's what I-
that's exactly what it is.
That's what I thought you meant.
That was what we meant.
That wasn't PBR at all.
So yeah, this is the first one I've done like that because I've done other podcasts, but they were all audio.
Yeah.
So this is the first one where it's like live and hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
No,
like that.
we knew we wanted the video from the beginning. We honestly, the whole idea behind the name was our beard club's called the Unshaven Misfits. So we were like, let's go out the Unshaven Modcast.
That makes sense.
That was our
I like hers better.
That was our logic.
I like
you
yours
have
better.
way better logic.
And we had a
We're gonna
lot
skip
of
that.
PBR. You
Like,
set
I
up
mean, that's really what I thought you guys meant.
you set up your beverage bar with your
Yes.
teas and your waters, and we have like PBR. or had PBR, yes.
Well, I have like different teas and
Right.
stuff. Yeah, for my moods.
We only
All
have
right,
one
action.
mood. That mood is go.
Action, you're up, buddy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'll start from. I'll save the best for last. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
First one, author by the name of Jen Roberts. She's amazing. She wrote a book. She wrote a book called Dark Inside. I'm big on. I like reading series because I'm always excited to
What's
get to the
next?
next book. Yeah.
Right.
So Jen Roberts, that series, the Dark Inside series, is amazing. Orson Scott.
Ooh.
Yep. Little Ender's Game action.
Dude, I fucking hate you. That's one of mine.
Oh, I love it.
And how much of Ender's Game?
I'm-
yours?
How much
I'm
of Ender's
quite
Game have you even
impressed.
fucking read?
Not 17 of them.
You're a bitch. You're a bitch. I don't even understand it at that point.
Stephen King. Favorite series by him is Mr. Mercedes. It's amazing. They're getting ready to make that into a TV show. Good up on you, King. Good up on you. Jonathan Mayberry. He writes a lot of zombie novels and supernatural novels. He has a series called Rotten Ruin, which is amazing. And number one is Robert Cormier. So he wrote like I Am the Cheese, We All Fall Down. Those books they're pretty good.
What kind of book? Like what kind of books are they?
Like I Am the Cheese, or not I Am the Cheese, but We All Fall Down. It's all of his books have like a most of them have like a psychological effect to them or something like that. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I can't words tonight.
You'd probably like Chuck. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name.
Palachuk?
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I was
He
trying to think
actually-
about
I
how
was
to
gonna put him
pronounce
on
his
there.
last name because I knew I was gonna totally butcher it.
But Cormier uses like a lot of twist endings, and I didn't see that coming type of thing. I like that. It keeps me. And then I'm also a big fan of, which is why I like Jen Roberts. I like where you're introduced to the characters of the story, and then each chapter is from a different character's point of view, and it switches back and forth between the characters. So like all of her, if I remember right, all of her chapters are, instead of like numbered or named, they're just the name of the character. in each chapter, and it's pretty cool. That's it, and I don't know how to end my top 5 lists without sounding awkward. So
That
I'll just give it over to you.
How about just like
I
a
always
round
feel-
of applause?
seriously,
Is
like-
that better? Does that help?
I like the top 5s, I really do, but I always feel like as I'm going through them and explaining why I picked the people, that I sound dumb.
I didn't explain why I picked anybody.
Right, and maybe that's why. Maybe because no one else
Explanation.
really does, but I feel the need that I need to go into it. And since I'm the only one, maybe I don't know.
All right, well I'll go. And
David
I'll
Moody.
probably have to
Well, I
explain
got-
mine because like I don't, and
Follow up.
you don't really.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say also David Moody.
That's
David Moody.
6.
Yeah,
That's 6. He's cheating.
he wrote a series called
cheating?
Autumn,
I'm gonna say 6
and
now.
he wrote a series called Hater. That was amazing.
Thank you, Josh. Can we all thank Josh real quick?
Yes.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Thanks, Action.
No, thank you.
How come I'm the only one clapping for him?
Sorry.
There we go. There we go.
I don't actually have
See?
to lift my arms up. Sorry. My top
I,
five, which
I
think
also
I'll-
like.
Okay, you're
Dean
done.
Koontz.
You're done. I'm about to unplug your mic.
Here comes my Munchausen syndrome. Let's keep it going, everybody. Pick it up for me.
Unplug his fucking mic. And mine, I don't know explaining because they're not really well known. The
Eric,
first one,
Ooh.
Amazon.com.
That wasn't even nice.
well, I mean, I'll premise my list by saying this: like, I didn't even start reading books at all until I was like late 20s. Like, I hated reading. And and this is not in any order. But the one that I fell onto first was an Arthur Nersessian is his name.
When
They
he
all
the
take
lead
place in,
singer
like-
for System of a Down.
No, that's Serge
I know.
Tankian. He's just there's, and it's gonna sound boring, but it's not. Like, he's very descriptive, and he's also, but it's like there's not much plot. Like, there's really not. It's just his first book was called The Fuck Up, and it's about this dude that just really has not much of a life, and he just kind of travels around New York, and he's trying to figure life out, and that's kind of all it really is. There's not much of a climax. There's not, but all his books are like that. And I mean, I read his entire catalog, and I thought he was great. Beyond that, I read this whole series by this guy named Chris. I can't ever say it. Chris Butchler. He's got the 2 A.M. trilogy, and it's a vampire trilogy, and I don't normally like get into the whole vampire thing necessarily. Like, I mean, I do and I don't, as long as it's not like, you know, Twilight. As long as it's like real vampires.
Hey, I read the
Good.
Twilight series. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it.
Yeah.
Hate on me if you want. I don't care.
The first book's called The Blood That Bonds, and then The Blood Hunt. And then,
What team were you?
The Children of the Sun.
Team Jacob? You weren't Team
Edward.
Jacob?
Edward,
You were
baby.
fucking Team Edwards?
Edward, baby.
I was team.
Now we've derailed Aaron.
I was
Let's
team.
talk about Twilight, everyone.
I was team neither of them. Like,
I
whatever.
was gonna
Like,
say Stephanie Myers would be very happy right now, wouldn't she?
with the brother, the vampire brother with the super blonde hair.
Are you going by movie or are you going by book?
Twilight.
Are you going by the book?
No, the movie.
Okay.
I've never read the book. Can't remember. Jacob? No,
That's the wolf.
that's the wolf guy.
That's what team you should be on. Team Jacob.
the
The
one.
one
I
that
can't
ends up
remember his name because I always used to tell my daughter, like, oh, I'm team that guy.
the one that ends up sleeping with Edward's daughter is Jacob. It's his teamwork.
I don't know. It's his brother. It was like he was always a real quiet and
So-
morbid.
Such a good
I like that
storyline.
guy. Anyways,
Plot twist.
Christopher
I can't
Butcher.
have you. I'll just fuck your daughter.
He wrote the 2 A.M. trilogy. It's all about vampires. Alan Parrish, he wrote a trilogy, and it's all based on like superpowers, but it's like kind of like Heroes. So like where these guys are like learning about themselves and kind of like they didn't. It is. It's kind of like Heroes, or like, you know, they just didn't know they had it, and then they kind of started to get it, and they
Like the
figured
show
that
Heroes?
they figured themselves out, and you know, it wasn't like, oh fuck, I'm a superhero and I'm gonna go save the day. They were just like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Right.
I've got these weird ass powers.
Right.
Maybe that's what's going on with my colon.
Could be.
I might be a superhero.
You might be a superhero. That might be exactly what's happening.
I know you're starting to write with your left hand and shit.
What's the song
Yeah.
Green Jello wrote?
He's
The,
starting
like,
to
the
show signs
Adventures
of
of Shit Man?
ambidexterity.
Yes,
I mean, isn't that the first sign?
I think so.
The first sign of superherodom is ambidexterity.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm getting close.
See?
I signed my name.
What was the name? It's like the Green Jello song, The Adventures
Oh,
of
actually, I'm making that up. I
Oh,
just
okay.
don't know that for sure.
Never
I
mind my
was just-
dreams. Thank you,
I just
JJ.
thought it sounded really good.
Sorry. She's
You remember Green Jello?
For
The band or Green Jelly?
What?
Sing me a song.
They had the one song was like it was all about little pigs. It's like little pig.
Little Pig, let me.
Well, they have one
Yeah,
song
okay.
called The Adventures of Shit Man. That's
That may
about
be
him.
me.
Wow.
Well-
And you just totally subconsciously cued me to look at him when you said that.
Right.
That
I know,
was so not nice.
Well, I've got other things too. Like, okay, so like my toenails, they fall off all the time for no reason. Just fall off. Take
Do
my
they grow
sock
back?
off. There's
Are you having a
toenail in it.
fungal issue?
You should see a doctor about that.
I can. That's all I can really think
That's a
of right now.
superpower right
I'll
there.
tell you here in a minute though. I heal very quickly for some reason, and I think it's I want
Is
to
it from your toenails coming off? For no
I want to.
reason?
Well, I
How
want to.
fast do your toenails grow back?
Yeah. How fast do they grow back?
Like a couple days later, they're there.
Like you're a full fucking toenail.
Yeah.
Like a whole toenail.
Like a thick one.
Yeah, I think I just have like, but my fingernails are fine.
I call bullshit.
Well, I'll bring you down toenails.
I want a time lapse video.
I don't want to. I don't want that at all. Any of that,
and I
by
think
the
I
way.
want
both
a
of
time
those,
lapse.
like
No,
I do want a
I'm
time
good.
lapse.
the healing and the toenails,
take his
I
word for it.
believe are because I drank Covington water when I was a child.
Oh my goodness.
I
My
think
toenails don't
that's
grow
why.
back like that.
Yeah,
I
well-
don't. I've never lost a toenail.
That was in the
I was not
80s.
raised in
You were born in
Covington.
the 90s.
There you go.
All right. Number 4 is Wayne Hickson. He wrote one book, and it's called The Vampires in Deviltown.
Dude,
And
you're
it
all
go-
about the vampires,
Dude, but it
aren't
goes
you?
way beyond vampires. Dude. It's fucking crazy.
Jesus.
See a little
And,
theme here.
Somebody's a fang freak.
Fantasia.
There's a club in Austin, I think, called Fangers.
If you
That's
didn't know,
probably-
You
his
should-
favorite TV show, True Blood.
That is not my
No,
favorite
it's the
TV.
original. Shut the fuck up.
I liked the
The
first
original.
season of that. I did like the first season.
I like
of
the
that
first
show.
couple, and then when they started adding fairies and all this other shit, I kind of
Dude,
fell
True
off.
Blood was
I like,
amazing.
I liked the first
I like
I
the
want to
whole
say
series.
season 2 maybe all the
Yeah.
way, but that's about it.
Yeah, it was like, and then they started like getting real
Weird.
fucking weird.
What'd
Yeah.
they call the groupies that hung out with the vampires? Fang something.
I think they're called fangers.
Fangers?
I think it's
Maybe.
Oh, you're
so.
a fanger, dude.
Yeah, maybe I don't.
I'm
know.
not really that
You're
big
a
into
fanger.
vampires, but like
The only
that-
thing I didn't like about True Blood is when
But
the
you
guy
named like
shapeshifted
2
into it.
books.
I did, but I mean,
something
I
that
named
had
two
to do
books,
with
but I'm not, like, super
vampires.
huge into vampires. Like vampire movies, I don't like. I do like vampire movies, but I don't get into like zombie movies better.
Sure.
I'm always gonna be a big fan of the Lost Boys.
Nah, Glitter Blood.
I do love Lost Boys.
Oh my goodness! Now those are vampires.
The only bad thing about True Blood was when the guy would shapeshift into an animal, every time he would shapeshift back, he'd be naked.
What were those
Like,
books?
how inconvenient is that? Like, obviously, I guess that's how it would happen. But
Well,
you would think
because
you're-
animals don't wear clothes.
I know, but you would think if you're supernatural, maybe your clothes would go with you.
All right.
Not
no.
necessarily, no.
That's only if.
Well,
I would
That's
never
only
think
if
that your
Tony
clothes
Stark
would go with
designs
you.
with it. Designs
mean-
it.
I mean, if you're gonna shapeshift into an animal, then your clothes are gonna be on the floor
Well,
because
then-
guess what? You're an animal now, and animals don't wear
Well,
clothes.
I guess I've got some fan fiction to write.
What's that book? What's that book they used to have where, like, in the bottom corner you could like flip through it?
Choose
and see
your
the
own adventure.
teenager.
Choose
He
your own
would
adventure.
like shift.
Oh, the choose your own adventure books.
Yeah, that was
Like,
good.
do you want to go down the tunnel? Go to page 12. You want to cross the bridge? Go to page 35.
Yeah. I was just telling my kid about those. Like, I
I've
was
got
like,
one at
instead of
my
like
house.
an app that like like you choose a button. I was like,
Now
back
it's
then, it was like, you
now
know,
it's an app, but
Yeah,
we
now
used to
it's
have
an app.
books
it
for
used to
real.
be books where like, yeah, it would be exactly if you want this story, go to page 12. You want this story, go to page 30. The last one is Richard Kadri.
Sandman Slim series.
Sandman Slim
Oh,
series.
good series.
Great series. Oh, I love
It's
it.
a good bit.
It's actually like it's actually the only book I've ever considered reading a second time. Like so far, like I loved that first book so far, like so much. It's basically like, about this dude. Like it starts off, this like dude's like he just escaped hell, and he's trying to find the people that put him there, but he didn't die. It was like some satanic bullshit, and they like fucking.
So they just trapped him in hell.
They trapped him in hell, and he finally escaped, and now he's coming back to get all these motherfuckers. And,
Happens
dude,
a
it's a
lot.
great book.
It's like Spawn.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ghost Rider.
I see the rhythm.
I like Spawn better.
Ghost Rider.
Spawn's definitely better than Ghost Rider. He actually never went to hell. Spawn, defeated the devil. So it's whatever.
Nick Cage.
I love him. By the way, people hate Nicolas Cage. I fucking
I
love
love him,
Nicolas Cage. I'd watch anything he's in.
Hey, dude, that was a good top 5 list. You did a good job, buddy.
Yeah, you did a hell of a
Or you're
job.
done, right? That
I'm
was
done.
5?
That was it. That was
Okay.
fine.
We got a little sidetracked.
Go ahead, buddy. Your turn.
Oh, I forgot we
Did
still have to
you
wait
get
for
your
him.
list?
All right, yeah, I got it. I'll run through it. All right, first one.
Just jog. You don't have to run.
First one, Orson Scott.
No, nice. Way to copy.
I'm sorry.
You said you were gonna do that.
I did.
He did warn me.
Yeah. Right.
I've only read 8 of the Ender's Game, but there's a lot of them,
There
and there's no like particular way to read them. It's all kind of bullshit.
Read them any way you want.
Any way you want. I'm upset though that there was only one shitty movie about it though.
I haven't even watched the movie. I don't want to watch it. The
It's not
movie's
too bad.
always,
It's
and I
not.
get. We've talked about this. Like
It's
how
not too bad.
you can't fit everything in a book into the movie,
I'm happy with the
but
movie.
they just leave out so much
I'm happy with it.
good spot. Like Stephen King. I don't know if you read a lot of Stephen King
It's
or
my top 5.
he made that movie Cell, where people would get phone calls and they go crazy. They made that movie, and I think that the director, when he sat down to make the movie, just said, "All right, everything that happens in the book, let's do the opposite of that."
Right. Well, there was an interview that Orson Scott had after the movie was released where he was just dissing the fucking movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't even want to watch it, dude.
I would think you should watch it. It's cool seeing it. Except they changed a lot of the shit in it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. They changed.
That's why, like, I'm so excited for.
They changed, like, Jorge isn't the same.
I'm really excited for it because I think it's gonna be
Yeah, because it has that feel
more
to it.
true to the story.
Anyways,
than the
back to my
original
top 5.
TV show. Sorry, buddy.
James Dashner,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like him.
Maze Runner.
Mhm.
Love that fucking book.
We had hoodies.
Yeah, we did. I still have my fucking
Do
Glader
you?
hoodie.
Kayla took mine.
I'm sorry. I definitely
We
still
were
have my Glader
Gladers
hoodie. You ever read Maze
for
Runner?
like an entire
No, I'll
fall.
have to check that
Your
out.
what?
Gladers.
Leaders. What
Yeah.
is that?
We're from the Glade.
Oh, okay.
Good hip, dude.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Rick, I guess Riordan. Rick Riordan. He wrote Percy Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Those books are pretty good.
those
I
are
like that. I liked all those.
I never read any of those.
Percy Jackson.
Pretty
is
good.
Saw the
Pretty
movies
fucking
that were
good.
great.
It's the Lightning
No, the
Thief,
movie
right?
sucked.
I love the movies, but I
Oh.
didn't read the book. That's why they were great.
Anyways, I like Veronica Roth. I'm adding. That was my add-in.
Oh, yeah.
She wrote Divergent. You guys read that?
That's good.
I like John Green. He wrote Paper Towns. Anybody? Nope. Okay. This one's another one.
The Fault in Our Stars.
And Fault in Our Stars. He wrote a lot of
I'll
books.
say, is that the same guy that wrote that?
Yep.
Same guy.
Okay.
Fault in Our Stars.
God, I cried like a baby during the book and the
I
movie.
cried. I cried Paper Towns.
Dude, Fault in Our
I-
Stars,
I've seen
I couldn't
Fault in
watch the
Stars,
movie.
I have not seen the
I
movie.
Because,
won't
like,
do that.
The book's better.
I
The book's always better.
I know. I'm
I
sorry.
knew all
have
the
to say
sad
it.
parts that were coming, and I would start crying before the sad
Yeah,
parts
yeah.
even happened in the movie.
You like anticipated
Oh, dude, it was such a good book.
It was a good book.
Oh, sick
I
of
try
it.
not to read books that I know are going to be movies.
That's hard to say.
Unless, hopefully JJ's book's a movie. We all hope that. But because I don't want the movie to be ruined. I like movies.
Well, that's why you have to be very, very careful about who you allow cinematic
Right,
rights
right,
to,
right,
Yeah.
right,
Definitely.
what you deal with, and as far as I do have an entertainment lawyer, so
right.
yeah.
My last one is gonna be Dana Lons wrote a little book called Cows with Guns, and it's fucking awesome. It's about these cows that rebel against being killed and slaughtered and turned into hamburgers.
Sounds like Watership Down.
I've never read that.
Hmm.
And
Maybe
these
you should've.
chickens end up helping out.
I can't believe nobody asked who Jeff Lindsay was. Everybody knew, huh? I'm so excited everybody knew.
Who, wait,
Dexter?
what? Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the writer of Darkly Dreaming Dexter.
Mhm.
I was like,
I was way late to the game on that show.
oh gosh.
Dude, you have to read the stories, though. Those are...
Never.
Yeah, yeah,
Way
yeah,
cooler.
yeah,
Yeah.
there, yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
my
worth
wife
the read.
had watched the entire thing, like front to back, before I even started watching it.
I
She was
might still have that at my house, like what you have. And
Yeah, I like Jeff Lindsay.
like the
a lot.
original stories. That's cool.
Serial killer that hunts serial killers is just, yeah.
It was like, yeah, I actually got hooked.
It's kind of like Spawn. If we're doing full circle.
Whatever. Fanger.
Oh my god.
He's the finger.
Oh my goodness.
Call me a finger.
I mean, we're gonna wrap this up with our piece of shit of the week, and I did this piece of shit of the week last week, but I'm doing it.
I don't
again.
have a piece of shit
Is
picture.
it
Heard it?
is
Nobody-
it Chuck's computer?
It's Chuck's Computers. The piece of shit of the week. No, it's
really new here.
Jimmy Bishop.
Just want to throw that out there.
This is a relatively coming back thing. I haven't heard the piece of shit of the week since like about 4 or 5 podcasts ago.
No, we still do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Did we
remember.
do it last week? Well, that doesn't count.
We didn't last week.
No, you didn't.
Well, I mean, we did, but
No.
nobody heard it.
Well, I said the piece of shit of the week is Chuck's computer.
Are we doing the same? We're doing the same piece of shit from last week.
Yeah,
This
but
week?
nobody heard it.
Oh, sounds like someone got a
Nice.
little lazy.
It's still a piece of shit.
That's fair. I just don't like it because it's my last name. I don't want to keep bringing that up.
Oh, that's,
Alright, I'm
that
not-
would
no
be a sore
relation.
spot with me
Yeah.
too.
No relation.
Your cousin Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy. No, Jimmy Bishop. I bring it up again because it's one of me and my friends, soon to be ex, beat the fuck out of her, and then he went on the run.
Wait, hold on.
Had-
Soon to be ex?
yeah, they're like she filed divorce, and then, well, he beat her up multiple times.
Separated.
And then there was like,
legally
you know,
separated.
and then,
Are they legally separated yet?
well, she kicked him out of the house after the last time, and then she went and filed divorce, and then. When he found out she
Should've
filed
done legal
divorce,
separation
he came back
first.
and,
That really
like,
helps out with the
literally
divorce
beat the shit,
process.
like stomped on her head and everything in front of their 6-year-old daughter. They actually just caught him yesterday, but he's not going to be in long.
No.
He'll get off quick.
Piece
And
of this
then-
shit. 2
No.
weeks running, motherfucker.
So, he's a piece of shit.
Well,
Jimmy
that was
Bishop.
a
No relation to Roy Bishop.
cheery note to end it on.
I know.
You know,
You should
I've
end it
thought
on a
about getting rid of the
happy
piece of
note.
shit of the week.
Does your
because-
book end happy?
Keep your head up, Gina.
We want to end this like your book ends.
What?
We want to end it like the book ends.
Like
cheery?
bookends, like 2 of them. On
2
each
of them.
side?
We need 2 bookends. I want a metal one and a plaster one. I know it doesn't work
It
out
doesn't really.
with scale,
yeah,
but
like,
it's just the way I want it done.
I did tell you that I'm working on a sequel.
You did.
If
So
that tells you anything.
Hey, how
Yeah,
about
that tells you anything.
how about
that means
everyone
I should
just
just
goes?
fucking end it then, right?
Everyone just buys a copy and reads it and figures out how it ends.
If everyone just buys a copy of this book, reads it, and gets to the end, you'll know exactly how this podcast ends.
Go
And
to
JJ said-
jjphillips.com, sign up for the newsletter, follow her on Facebook, whatever you got to do. Wait for the new book. It'll be out soon.
Any
if
final
everybody,
thoughts? Do you have any final thoughts?
You know, this has been really fun.
It has been.
You guys are great.
Sorry
and
about
I'm
the
so happy to actually
technical
finally
errors.
meet you.
yeah,
You know, because we've been talking,
Been a while.
but we've never actually met. So
I
this
was
is really cool.
actually talking to JJ before the show, and if 75 people buy her book,
Oh gosh.
the sequel will be out next year.
Is that true? You said that?
That's not anything that was ever said ever to anyone.
You sure? Because
yeah.
I mean, Josh isn't a liar.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't lie. Okay.
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes.
trusting eyes.
Look at him. Those aren't
He
liar
has
eyes.
beautiful fabricating eyes.
They're the eyes of a gray.
Right.
Yeah, that's no. I don't know that that's going to be ever.
Now
the
who's
case.
speechless?
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever be the
Got you
case.
back, buddy.
I would actually like that to be the case, though.
Right.
I mean, that would be an awesome case to have, but I don't think that that's going to be it, because it's probably going to take me quite a bit longer to actually finish it.
Well, you have to stop burning them first, yeah.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
That
I
would
think that's
probably
step
help.
one.
It's like a
Step
Harry
one.
Potter rally at your house.
Well, it's just. I actually did it in a metro park, so it wasn't like I had. But I still have pieces of it, and I saved them in little jars.
You should frame them and
Nice.
sell them.
Yes.
You should frame them and
I
sell
like
them.
that.
It's it kind of reminds me, kind of like little jars of
Do better.
my little little remembrances.
Like mementos.
Yeah.
Nice. I
I
like
take what I want from it, and then
Little
I just
Horcruxes.
yeah, that's about it, and it's a relic
it.
of it.
Put it in the jar and shake it and see what word pops out. Like, that's the word I'm focusing on today. Like a magic 8-ball.
Well, it was not that it wasn't bad. It was not horrible. It just
Member
didn't have.
disfigurement.
It didn't have the teeth
Yeah.
that it needed to have. It needs to have teeth. That's kind of. It was a story, and it was a marginally okay story, but it just didn't have the teeth that it needed to have to be something by me. So yeah. So Parental Bloodshed itself was the coping mechanism.
Yeah.
So the sequel is acceptance. So when you're dealing with those two types of things, yeah, this has to have teeth.
Yeah,
This
right.
has to bite you, and it has to sink its teeth in, and it has to not let you go. And it just didn't have that. And so back to the lab again.
Is this the first book
Yeah.
you have published?
Yeah.
Let's give a round of applause for that. That's a fucking big feat right there. That's
I've
fucking
started
awesome.
a book like 30
Okay,
times.
we don't give a fuck.
Here we go. You can get the Fugit trilogy at Amazon.com.
No, I was gonna say I've started a book like 30 times. I've like come up with characters. And
Please leave a good review.
And then that's all it goes. It stops there.
You're only here to give Aaron praise.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I actually told you.
Y'all can
I filled
fuck
out a
off.
review for him on
All
Amazon. It
of
was
you.
really good.
Wasn't
I
that
liked
review
it.
good enough, Aaron? You had to talk about your
Fuck
book
you all.
the
I
entire
have no
fucking
book. That's all I'm
podcast.
saying. I've started one like 30 times.
He did a really good story though on Amazon, and it was quite lovely.
Anyways,
Post it
join
on
us
Reddit.
next week for a
We know
special
all about it.
episode with Joseph Yaden, whatever. What's how you say his name?
Oh,
You know
no.
him. You know him? I've talked to him all week. He's gonna be on.
Okay.
Joseph
is
Yates.
a world traveler, artist, storyteller, and comedian.
Nice.
I love a
Tune in.
good comedian.
Tune in to talk to the man.
Why'd you look at me and say that? I'll be here.
Tune in.
I'll be here. Well, Wrecking Ball be
If you're
here.
interested
Find
in
out
sponsoring the
next
show in
week.
the future, being a guest on the show, or just want to send us cool shit,
Or
send
money.
us on
You can send us
Facebook
money.
Or at
We're working on a P.O.
unshavenmodcast
box.
at gmail.com. Yeah, definitely send us money.
Or cool stuff. I like, handwritten cards are nice.
We're going to start a GoFundMe for
Pictures?
better equipment to record on.
I mean, yeah.
JJ's going to give us 15% of all of our book sales to up the...
Here comes with all these things that I've obviously
She said that.
I don't recall.
She said that before the podcast.
As soon as this shit's over, I'd call Scott, make sure he's.
I know Scott's probably
Right.
losing his mind right now.
Still Scott's still alive.
I'm surprised your messenger hasn't gone
Right.
off like crazy right now.
JJ, you are a lovely, talented individual.
Yes, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for being here tonight.
This was
Thank
awesome.
you guys for having me. It was really wonderful. I enjoyed myself.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time.
All right.
Don't be a stranger. Feel free to come back anytime you want.
Anytime.
Oh, don't say that, because then I'll just come hang
We'll
out.
just come.
You're more than
And I'll
welcome
drive you
to.
guys nuts.
We'll
And you'll
find
be
you-
like, go away.
We'll always
Go
have an
find
uncomfortable
something to do
stool
with
for
your
you.
life.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Go write some books, please. Leave.
All right.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this shit up.
Bye.
And usually I say fuck off and die, so we'll
Fuck
do
off
that.
and die.
Oh, wow. I'm just going to say bye.
She's just going to say bye.
I bring the barley. Dude, I can't believe, Stone Soup, dude. It's still, I can still see myself on stage. But I couldn't see myself on stage before, but I can picture myself on stage saying, I bring the barley.
That's awesome.
I was Benjamin Franklin.
That is
What I
awesome.
say,
Yeah.
what
I bring the
happened
barley.
If we got a student
You need a shirt that says I bring the barley.
I wish there was, camcorders were as affordable as they are now back then. Because I would have liked to see that. And Glenn Swing didn't record shit.
So I wonder if all of my Facebook people are pissed off right now.
That might be.
Well, we got a lot of it, I think. I think it's just broken up into 3 sections.
Yeah. That's
I wonder,
Okay.
when did you realize that it wasn't recording?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I never realized shit, dude.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't realize much.
I have no idea what it recorded and what it didn't record. But yeah,
Signed and everything.
this is what's fun. Are you ready? That's my author bio picture.
Oh. So check this out. Once we moved
Do you
the-
recognize Tommy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wondered if you recognized Tommy.
Once we moved the podcast.
Did he go outside and hide, or is
Probably.
he still
He's-
back
he's
here?
probably-
Oh, you're still back here.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to go to the.
Sit back and quietly read. The cat is having none of it.
Oh, you can do that now.
So that's the same. Once we moved the podcast room to here, I moved my bedroom to the podcast room, and now where I put my bed, that picture's hanging right on the same spot in the wall where my bed was. And I still have all the sound film up and shit.
Well, I should have brought you guys some more posters. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that.
We'll be upstairs to get your copy.
That is our copy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to take this.
Yeah. I guess.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
Yeah.
You are covered in animals.
Oh yeah.
The cat was like, "You're my new best friend." Everyone out there's not paying attention to me, so.
So I guess we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I know.
Did you try to watch it?
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. 3 videos are up now.
Yep,
so-
there's 3 videos.
Okay.
I kept glancing down, going, reload.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's not like I missed anything. I mean, I was
Right there. I know. I know.
But the whole audio show is good to go, I guess. As long as LB uploads it correctly.